months. I don't think I even remember what a belt is. Luckily, there's Skechers for your feet. So now they're all staying safe, but starting to get out a little bit for the summer. We can keep that same comfort no matter where we go. Just head to Skechers.com and you can see all the ultra-comfortable options Skechers has to offer. There are comfortable sandals and shoes for running, relaxing, walking, playing golf, everything you'll have to do under the sun, out of the sun, in the rain, in the house, whatever. And so many are machine washable out of Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. See them all right now at Skechers.com.
These days, families are spending a lot more time together, and health concerns are on our minds. But one health issue, often overlooked by millions of families every night, is snoring.
And let's face it, constant snoring interferes with the quality sleep that keeps your body strong and healthy, not to mention the relationship.
Go to zquiet.com to try it risk-free for 30 days for only $9.95. That's zquiet.com to try it risk-free for only $9.95.
You are currently overpaying on your taxes. I am virtually certain of that. If you make a lot of money, are self-employed, or a business owner, a well-paid career professional, or a high net worth individual, and you're tired of paying a lot of taxes, we can help. We are Tax Saving Professionals, a nationwide tax consulting company that has helped thousands of clients, large and small, across the country save millions of dollars in taxes. How do we do this? We use a powerful combination of time-tested and proven tax deductions and advanced tax strategies developed by our team of tax lawyers and CPAs. We know what you can and cannot do. We have reviewed thousands of tax returns, and virtually all of them were overpaying. Remember, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. We help you keep more of it. We guarantee the results. Just dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say, "Cut my taxes," and you'll automatically be connected to our offices. Just dial pound 250 and say, "Cut my taxes."
When you gotta wake in the morning, your best friends are up and performing. With Mike and Troy and Travis Long, there ain't no way that we can go wrong. 'Cause it's Jim and Sam, Sirius 103. Yeah, it's Jim and Sam, laugh along with me. 'Cause it's Jim and Sam, such hilarity. It's Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam, Jim and Sam, Jim and Sam, Jim and Sam, Jim and Sam.
Welcome to Daddy and the Eager Houseboy. Thank you for tuning in. I love the new name of the show. It's nice of you to suggest it, and I fought it. Now I'm with it. Daddy and the Eager Houseboy.
I mean, because your nickname is Daddy usually. I don't.
Normally, yeah, that would be it.
Oh no,
you'd be the Eager Houseboy. They have to change that. We got to talk to the band and see if they can change that.
You know what? The fact that you just said that, just saying it on the air, I'm sure is enough. That within a couple weeks, we're gonna forget we ever had this conversation, and we are gonna get a Daddy in the Houseboy, Eager Houseboy.
Eager.
We are gonna get a jingle. So
I love it.
I wish you hadn't said anything.
I love it. I feel rested. I feel great and rested. It's so nice to be rested.
Well, you should feel great, Jim. Of course, everybody knows by now, one of the big things going on in the Jim and Sam universe is Chip just crushing in the Tournament of Laughs. And we want to make sure that everybody rocks the vote. Tournamentoflaughs.com. You can also text to vote. Make sure that you're voting.
It's 735-96, I think, right? Because I remember from the 735-96. You had to text Chip to, I think, let me look at my phone. I think it's 735-96. I'm pretty sure.
But I don't know how much time we'll be able to dedicate to that today, because there are other plans today, Jim, that you were not made aware of. In fact, we do have a different intro for today's show. You might not have even known this.
Jim Norton is our special birthday boy. And today, we celebrate another trip for him around the sun. to the socially distant Jim Norton birthday extravaganza on the Jim and Sam Show.
Happy Jimmy Day! It's Jimmy Day!
It all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Did you think we'd forget?
I know I
Did
did.
you think we'd forget? Jimmy Day!
Oh, my birthday.
It's time.
I know.
It's your birthday.
I know.
It's your birthday. Technically, this is the closest show that we could do for your birthday, and there's a lot of people that want to celebrate you today, Jim, and we wanted to give everybody the opportunity to celebrate you. I know that every year you put up this like, oh, don't make a fuss, but you need you love the fuss. You need to know that there's a whole group of people that want to celebrate you.
I mean,
And
that,
so
that
we wanna
makes
do
me
that.
feel nice, but I always get very embarrassed around my birthday and uncomfortable. I'm never good on my birthday. It is nice, though. I always appreciate my friends. Of course, I appreciate it.
Of course. And even though we are socially distant, everybody still wanted to make the effort. In fact, there was one person that said that they really wanted to start things right. They were afraid that we wouldn't quite have the party vibe. So they're kind of, they're a bit of a party starter. Travis, do we have our official Jimmy Day party starter? Let's see. We're connecting. This guy, look who it is with the exact same background.
Oh, I love it. The camera's aimed too high. It looks like a screensaver. Hi, Denny.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jimmy!
Thank you, Denny.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Doing, pal?
nice.
How's everything?
Good, Denny. It's good to see you. What a lovely background. I feel like we're with each other on vacation. A couple of friends. I haven't seen you in so long. How you holding up?
I'm doing good. Doing my shows at home, doing everything I got to do and just getting through, as they say, this new normal.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
Hold on, where's Troy?
Troy is there. I love how you
What's up,
keep
buddy?
disappearing.
Got it.
Okay. Dennis took the Christmas gift that Troy gave him out, and he's making himself a robot again.
Yeah, he is.
Just blatantly, just disrespectful. Just really disrespectful. Yeah. Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. Really rude. Yeah, really rude.
So, Denny, you haven't
But
had a gig in
necessary.
months, right?
No, can't do any gigs. Maybe September, starting possible in September. But I think there's a 50-person limit and no dancing. So it's like, okay.
So a regular gig.
Yeah. Exactly. Twice the normal.
It would
if
be
it's
great.
indoors. If it's indoors, I don't think you can have dancing. If it, the rules change all the time.
What is this, Footloose?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no dancing.
I mean, come on. It would be great, Denny, for you to do a gig where there's no dancing and all you played was like line dancing songs and like the cha-cha slide and all, like songs that
And
nobody
people wanting to
listens
get up
Slide.
and dance.
What's the other one? Macarena. All these ones that people have to get up and do.
Yeah.
Tootsie Slide.
All we could do is Tootsie Slide. All we could do is sit here and listen to this. Well, Dennis, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you getting the party started.
Yes, thank you.
It's gonna be
Good to see you.
it's gonna be a fast-paced show.
Okay.
But always good to hear from you, man. And we appreciate you reaching out to the Gymster on his day.
Okay, I'm here if you need me.
All right. Oh, is Denny done? Well, Denny,
after I hit
thank you
remove.
for saying hello on my birthday. It's very nice. And
Happy birthday,
Denny,
Jim.
thanks, pal.
Do you have an outline that you wanna hit?
Me?
Yeah. Do you have an outline?
No, I don't have an outline. I just have music to play if you guys want songs.
Dennis, you were on, but
Oh, you mean an out cue?
yeah.
I was on, but now I'm gone. That's an out
Dennis
cue.
Falcone, DJ
Dennis,
Dennis
thank you very much.
Falcone. Thank you, Dennis, because our
An
first
outline.
guest is here. Our first guest has already arrived. Let's welcome our first guest into the Zoom room
You know what, dude?
on Jimmy Day. Let's see if he's ready. We're getting our video ready because a lot of people wanted to celebrate Jimmy Day, and we wanted
I
to
guess
make
that's
sure
what
there's room.
there it
Look
is.
who it is! Look who it is! The consummate partier, fist bumping his way into Jimmy Day, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Quinn is here.
Hey, Colin.
Whoa!
What a birthday bash!
Yeah, it's a real celebration. We've had Denny, we've had you so far. It's crazy.
This is like Billy Batts' birthday bash. One balloon on top of a jukebox, a couple of friends that didn't even want to be there, and then he's trying to get other people that don't want to be there involved. Come on, fellas.
Yeah, and he'll probably have a happier ending to his party than I will.
Yes, exactly. But I see by your backdrop, you're in an exotic location.
I am, yeah, out on the beach, enjoying myself, just celebrating, really, really, really living it up.
It looks like an episode of Dexter.
It's a good reference.
Sure is.
It's a solid reference.
Sure is.
Well, Colin, you've already made Jim feel really good. He told us last week on the air that you are responsible for, in the history of texting, the greatest text that he's ever received.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the notification that you had dialed. What's the number?
735-96. Yeah, 735-96.
735. You had texted 735-96, and you voted for Chip Chipperson on TBS.
Oh, I really did. You know, it was with mixed feelings that I did it. You know what I mean? Because on the one hand, the joy we'll get watching Chip make his rounds on the TBS publicity tour would be worth any of it.
Now, Colin, do you enjoy with the Chip stuff on TBS? Do you also enjoy the element that you're watching all these comics who no comedian wants to be in a competition anyway, and you're just watching Chip come in and really take a shit on the entire stand-up comedy industry by saying, I could just make this video making frankfurters in a pan, and this is comedy too.
Yeah, well, I felt a glimmer of hope when he came up with the whatever the name of the clubs. Where he's doing clubs.
Going to the club, yeah.
You know, the only beauty is that everybody at home that's taking the show seriously is like this. What the fuck is this? I'm so mad. And this guy's just going, hey, here's what I think of the whole competition. Here's what I think of it. He's giving the finger to the entire world.
Well, this is it too, Kyle. I've realized that I'm only entertaining people who already like Chip. I'm not making one new Chip fan, so this is only for people who've already agreed that they enjoy Chip.
But you'll probably destroy TBS, which is good.
Yeah, they can't be happy.
You could tell the transparency of network thinking when Chip started getting votes and they started to make the entire show all about Chip. Like the first episode, they weren't even talking about Chip. And then by the second episode, he was in every commercial. Coming up next. And you're like, oh my God, TBS, if they keep getting flooded with votes, TBS is literally just going to offer Chip a show.
But do they? I know that would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate. But when does the voting stop? And is there a finalist, or is it just all one person now?
Well, last night, Sunday, to 10 p.m. till I think this morning at 10 a.m. it stops. I don't know when. I think it's once a week, and I won't know if I've made next week until next week. Like, they don't tell me until the show is on.
And those, that's exciting inside dope for us fans. He's like the fucking Bachelorette. Well, what about? It's hard to follow this semi. Like, are you in the quarterfinals now?
Yes.
All right, good.
I don't know. Hey, what's up, buddy? I don't know.
It sounds like
I really don't know.
It sounds like, are we getting joined by another guest here? That's what it sounds like.
I just saw a picture of Sister Ping Travis put up.
It does. I haven't seen the picture pop up on my screen yet, but it does sound. I think I heard the voice for a moment too. It sounds like our next guest here on Jimmy Day is going to be joining us. And I felt like Kyle. I'd love it if you would stick around because really feel like there's even in social distancing times. I feel like there's a party room going on.
The other side of the couch, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if we can. I could hear the static in the background, which leads me to believe it was a studio that Troy and I were trying to fix the other day over at this gentleman's house, but clearly unsuccessfully. Is he here, Travis? I can hear him.
I think he signed on and then left.
Well,
Jim,
then,
I like the fact that the palm trees are blowing behind you. How are you getting that effect?
Yeah, it's out my window. It's a really nice. I'm in a nice location, treating myself.
I feel like we're on the set of Dexter.
No, I remember from before.
That was great.
Yeah, that's still.
That's what we call a callback. Hey, Chip should start doing callbacks like that.
That's Colin really being proud of a joke and making sure, just in case Travis edits out the first one,
right?
He gets the second one in. Just make sure that one sticks.
I would actually like to produce Chip and write material for Chip.
Whoa.
A lot of people would like that. I have to do a video soon, so let's the Frankfurter and beans idea was yours. You said you should have Chip making Franks and beans, and he did.
Oh,
look who's here! Our second guest at Jimmy Day, joining the party, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi,
you
Bob.
know him, you love him. One of the great comedians of all time, Robert Kelly, here on Jimmy Day. It's Robert.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jimmy. Happy birthday to you. Cheers, Jimmy.
Thank you, Bob.
That was really nice. That was really nice.
Very much. Thank you. Hi,
Now-
Colin.
hi, Bob.
How's my
Now,
sound,
Bob,
Sam?
It's not. Honestly, it was better. It was better before Troy and I tinkered with it.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there's actually there's a slight you know how you were trying to avoid any latency issues, any lag. There's a slight lag on it now, so it's yeah. We really
I'm seeing
fucked it
lag
up
on
over-
everybody, so yeah.
We see a similar word on you, Jim. Just replace the L.
What's that? You mean remove? Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Replace,
Okay.
remove.
I'm
You
thinking
can do the
flag.
same.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, stop being a nerd.
Well, welcome, Bob.
Being honest,
I'm glad that you're here to help us all celebrate Jim Norton. Do you guys have any Jim Norton memories that you think of on a day as special as Jimmy Day when you start reflecting on your friend on his birthday?
yeah. Does this,
I mean, not
does
that
this
I
bring
can
you
tell.
back, Bob, to any special moments?
I'll never forget the time.
I have a special. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Colin.
I'll never forget the time when I went downstairs to do a set of the Comedy Cellar. I left my tea upstairs. I like to have a nice cup of tea. And then I came back and I go, oh, somebody gave me a mint. I told the waitress, I go, you gave me a mint tea bag by accident. And she goes, no, I didn't. And I go, well, this tastes, give me a new tea. Then we realized it wasn't a mint tea bag. This disgusting bastard chewed a piece of gum and spit it into my tea.
And you drank it.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of the time, Colin, when I didn't have that much money when I moved to New York, and I was pretty much struggling. But I really appreciated Jim's friendship, me and my wife, and we went and bought him this beautiful cologne because we knew he was like cologne. So we got him this beautiful cologne set, and as we were walking on the street, I said, "Hey, man, I got you this present. Me and Don got you a present." And he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he opened it up. He goes, "Oh, thanks. Hey, can you hold on to this for me? I got to go do a set." And he never picked it up.
Oh, it's really terrible.
I probably had to run down to the cellar.
But
We were a block away from his apartment. On the corner of 43rd and 10th. We lived on 43rd between 10th and 11th. He had maybe a 100-yard walk to drop it at the doorman.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, can you hold on to this?" I brought it back unwrapped, and I was like, "Do you not like it?" I go, "I don't know. He wants me to hold on to it." Never. I brought that. I had that at 3 households. To my next apartment, to this house here in White Plains.
And I love Drakkar Noir. I don't know why I didn't.
It was not. It was an actual nice cologne. It was a very nice cologne that we picked. I remember going, I want to buy Norton something nice.
Right.
It was like 150, 60 bucks. Money I didn't have. I was looking at it like I should return it and get my money because I need the money.
Yeah. Well, so go ahead. I was going to say he got paid back when he brought Ozzy a birthday gift.
Yeah, 18 pounds of books.
Yeah. What did Ozzy?
He left them there. Yep.
He left him in the studio.
Yes, he did.
And he didn't come back to pick him up.
No, he did not.
Who buys somebody books?
I bought him 18 pounds of Beatle books.
Who shakes when they can't even hold anything. Can't even hold a microphone. Never mind a stack of books.
18 pounds of books.
As we're discussing birthday memories and well-read individuals, why don't we bring in another guest here on Jimmy Day to join the party? Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. He's an icon and a legend. Rich Voss is here. Rich Voss, welcome to Jimmy Day.
And he's got the lighting of someone in a mafia documentary. All right.
Nobody wants to see you in a bright light, okay, Jimmy? Happy birthday. Nobody wants to see you in a bright light.
You, Rich. It was you in the dark. Your light
you
was
in the dark,
weird.
not Jimmy.
Oh, I'm sorry. For one. Let's start this off on a bang. Did Bobby leave already? Oh, no. Happy birthday. How old are you?
52.
Oh.
Ooh, Jesus.
52.
One more year, you'll be Bobby's waist size.
That's not very nice. Come on.
That's a big waist size.
I'm not turning 75.
Rich.
Oh. Did you really?
Yeah, I lost some weight.
Congratulations.
40?
I mean,
Stop being real, Rich. Really? That's good for you. Shut up.
You went from, oh my God, here he comes, to here he comes. That's fabulous. 40? How long did it take?
You took that. We both know.
Larry Ambrose.
Larry Ambrose.
Oh, yeah.
You stole somebody's joke?
He stole it. Larry Ambrose said there's 3 sizes, large, extra large, and oh my God, it's moving towards us.
Oh my God, you fucking Jersey hack.
Jim and Colin just telling everybody stop.
I forgot there was another old timer in the goddamn.
Hey, Rich, when he walks in, people say, here he comes, North America. Any more Larry stuff you want to do?
Yes, interviews.
God damn it.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Here he goes. Take that.
Look at that.
Because you're getting hot, you hack.
Voss is sleeveless today. Your arms are looking good, Rich.
There's a difference between being a hack and a thief. Okay, don't call me a hack.
That's right, you're both. Oh, Rich.
Oh, man.
Do you have any Jim Norton stories? Me and Colin told a real fond memories of Jim Norton. Do you have any
nice memory?
Jim Norton stories?
Nice memories?
Memory.
I got
Not
tons
nice,
of
just you being an ass.
him or me. Well, here me and Jim were on the road somewhere, and we had this little dumb hotel room.
Pennsylvania.
I don't know, wherever. So Jim, I got to go in to go to the bathroom, or Jim had to go in and go to the bathroom, whatever. And this is kind of gross, but it's funny.
I'm glad you gave us that. Like, I'm glad you don't want to gross out our audience.
I know. What are we, your sisters?
All right,
we tell the fucking story.
Get Bonnie out of your head when you tell a story.
Yeah.
Guys,
we normally don't like salty language humor coming up.
So, I went into the bathroom and I went poop into a little plastic bag, into like a garbage, into a plastic bag, and I tied it up. And I I put it in Norton's toiletry bag. And then we drove. He took it home, and he was so mad at me. Because he goes, he had to throw out his stupid little toiletry stuff.
Dude, who wants to get home?
And everything. And he was mad. Shut up. I found out he wasn't mad because it was in his toilet. He was mad that it wasn't on his chest. not in his toiletry bag, and he called me yelling at me.
Who wants to get home and find your calendar in their toiletry bag?
Oh, Jesus.
I also I do enjoy that. As funny as that story was, that you can always tell the narcissist in the room when you ask Colin, do you have a story about Jim? And he tells a story about something Jim did. And then you ask Bob, do you have a story about Jim? He tells a story about something Jim did. And then you ask Rich, do you have a story about Jim? And he tells a story that he did.
I thought it was
that
me
was
and
a
him
Voss
together.
story.
Hey, I got a story about Sam. Sam was a little weasel that was an intern. And during a vacation, he called Norton and said, I have an idea. Okay. And, shut up. You replaceable douchebag at any moment. Any one of us three could replace you in a fucking heartbeat. Okay. You rest.
He makes a good point, Dan.
No, it's right. He's right. It's tough to argue. It is tough to argue.
One of us could just walk into Sirius one day and just say, hey, listen, we want to do Sam's job. And you'll be booted back to, you'll be behind Travis.
Okay, I got a good Norton story.
Okay.
We were in LA and we're all taping the Louis Anderson, some comedy show he did on the Santa Monica Pier.
Before you continue,
the Louis Anderson show?
I have all the most nauseating Jim Norton tweets in the past year. His sincere Louis started my career tweet. Louis Anderson might have been the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, hold on.
He goes, Louis, that's when my career, it really took off after the Louis Anderson show, you idiot.
Only because he looks like a wart on Louis' body. So we're taping this thing. Me, Florentine,
why would you step on Colin? He had a good one. We were still laughing.
I thought it would end.
It looks like a wart. You're gonna jam in a wart joke. Why did somebody have the limelight?
And he's he's so light skinned. He doesn't look like a wart. He's light.
No.
Oh, look at
he looks like a piece of. He looks like a piece of boiled chicken. He's not looking like a wart.
How would you know what boiled chicken looks like?
Because I have a dog.
All right.
So we're all down.
The Santa Monica Pier. So far, it's you, Florentine, and Norton. So
Norton.
It's like a Rodney Dangerfield young comedian special in the 80s.
Now listen, and Francesi was here. So whenever
Lenny Marcus
was here. So Norton, I think, taped on Wednesday, and we all went down to support him. And Florentine taped on Wednesday, and we, they all went. So we all went to support whoever. I was taping on Thursday night. The night before, after Norton taped, we went to the Comedy Store, and Norton met Dice. I'm telling you, he and Florentine ran up to Dice like, they were meeting fucking Pryor or God or something. Anyhow, so the next night I'm taping, and I'm down there, and I'm waiting for Norton to show up, for support to hang out. And the whole night's over, and I see him at the end of the night, and I go, "Where were you?" He goes, Dice asked me to go furniture shopping with him. He blew me off to go, him and Florentine, to go sit with Dice and go, "Oh, those are nice end tables." You fucking, he's been a weasel from day one. Let me tell you something. That fucking coattail hanger right there. Look at it.
Right there. You're right.
I'm telling you, the fucking worst. If he was furniture shopping with Dice, and fucking Roddy came along and said, "Hey, you want to go get snow cones?" This little fucking idiot would have blown Dice off. You fucking jerk.
But you got to ask, honestly, as comedians.
Hey, Jim, I want to see what this ottoman's like. Could you just stand there and I put my feet up for a second?
What would you rather do? Furniture shop with Dice or watch Voss for 7 minutes?
Nobody wants to watch Voss. How about the time he left Iraq for 2 weeks with you, Colin, and then his
Whoa! So Sam probably doesn't know this, but exactly.
Yeah.
We go to Iraq. We're doing shows in Iraq like 2003.
End of 2003 to early 2004.
No, it was 2003, I believe, but maybe it was 2003. No, it was 2004. No. Well, baby,
Mind your-
December
Norton, mind your business.
2003. We
Stop
came
with your
back
hand movements.
in 2000.
Manny died.
Stop
Manny
putting your
died,
wings together in front of the screen.
Manny died.
Yes, he died while we were in Kuwait.
Manny died while we were there. So I think, well, whatever. It was right around. Either way. So we go 2 weeks. It's kind of an emotion. You know, you're together all the time. It's emotional. It's troops. It's shows.
Sure.
Everybody's feeling a lot. We leave. We get back, fly back, all this stuff. We get off the plane. Me, Lori Kilmartin, my assistant, and Jim. And we're all getting our luggage. We see Jim get his luggage. And I start laughing because he gets his luggage and doesn't say goodbye and starts walking towards the exit, towards his car. Well, you know, instead, after 2 weeks together, and he just walks off without saying goodbye. I was like, and then I called him later. I was like, that was funny when you just did that. And he goes, oh no, I'm sorry. I just had to go. He wasn't joking. This sociopath had no emotional attachment to me or the two people who just took 2 weeks, just left and claimed he had a escort waiting for him.
I had a dominatrix waiting for me. I had a dominatrix. And toilet.
No emotional attachment whatsoever.
No, I was just running away from my dominatrix. I'm a good submissive.
Colin and Voss, we can all sit here and say, because I talk to Colin all the time, every week. I talk to you, Voss, all the time. And it's nice because, you know, Jim calls all the time in the last 20 years of knowing him. I get phone calls all the time. Just, hey, how you doing? Just checking in, wanting to say hi, right? I mean,
Jim
phone calls.
Never calls any of us.
I'm not a phone guy.
Damn.
But I do text. I do text.
Jim would leave. You think Jim would leave the tree he lives in behind him to come and call or visit Colin in the hospital waiting room?
You call him a coconut?
What's that?
A coconut?
No, he was calling me an insect of some sort.
A bird.
I thought a bird.
Worm.
I thought a bird. Yeah, I thought it was a bird's nest.
Now wait, when
He does look like a sick parrot.
Wait, now when was Colin in the hospital besides when we know he was in the hospital? I couldn't
What
listen
happened?
to the. What are you talking about?
We're talking about what a shit friend you are.
I'm not saying that's bad, but
We're
you're saying
talking about you've never called one of us to see how we're doing.
Yeah.
I've been sick multiple times. Like even on the internet, you don't follow us on any of the social media.
Sure,
you don't comment on it. You don't fucking say hi to us. You don't ever call. I've never got a phone call where it's like, "Hey, what's up, Jim? Hey, what do you want?" I just call to say hi. How's the fam? Not
Jim,
one.
no. Exactly.
I
Once
will
in a
say
while-
you're not wrong. I send text messages. I don't like the
Yeah.
phone.
He
You know that. I
texts
don't
us
like the
once in a
phone.
while. Sam, you're the one that has to work with him, so we're not telling you something you don't know.
Right.
We talk.
You have.
Wait, hold on. Do we need Sam on this?
Well, we need him because he can provide context for the, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how sick this relationship must be? We're guys that Jim, you know, knows for years. Sam is just a, you know, upstart from fucking upstate. Oh, I like that.
The upstate upstart.
I guarantee they sit and don't talk with each other like Letterman off the fucking air.
Now, is that,
I was
now,
on the
Sam,
show the other
is that
day.
not true?
As
That's
soon as
not
they
true.
go to break, one turns left, one turns right. It's like Bill and Tom. They want nothing to do with each other.
First of all,
Bob and
stupid. It's
Tom.
Bob and Tom.
Whatever.
You fucking
Who
idiot.
cares? I never did them.
What was your favorite show in the morning? Opie and Jeff? You idiot. I go
Hey.
piss.
Leave Columbo eye alone. He made a little mistake, okay?
Hello. Who?
Bobby, his right eye is all.
He has
fucked
one
up.
eye this big.
Yeah.
Bob's having a stroke.
Is it?
I
His
wish
one
I
eye
was
is
getting off
smaller.
this stupid phone call.
Bob is malformed. His face is one side is
One
better
eye is-
formed
yeah,
than the
one
other.
eye-
You're
Yeah.
calling people malformed? You have a knee for a neck.
Jim's not malformed. He just hasn't fully formed yet.
No, Jim and I, we have had conversations off the air, and you know, we've had meals together and the like. You know, it wouldn't shock me that he hasn't called any of you guys, but you know, we have pertinent business that we have to discuss on a day-to-day basis.
Shut up, company man. Have you decided you're going to be the company man and Jim's going to be the rebel? Fuck both of you.
fucking fucking morning
Look, I
zoo jerk offs.
Yes, you idiots. You guys are saved by every fucking middle in the new tri-state area every day.
Exactly.
Oh.
We're talking to three of them.
Surprised this call isn't a contest.
I mean, this isn't exactly a who's who of fucking stand-up in 2020.
Well,
He's got a point.
Really, we're not like the usual guests. When's Phil Selman coming on again?
Yeah.
I mean, he does bring up a good point.
Yes, he does.
Rich, though, Rich, people, they can say whatever they want about you, but Roger Stone is a big newsmaker right now, and we found out last week that Rich, I didn't even know. Rich, you've used the phrase living rent-free in their head before.
Yeah.
You got under Roger Stone's skin. I didn't even think that he would remember, but he, to this day, is annoyed at Rich Voss.
Well, I was in studio when he called in, and I just asked him some questions about Trump that I guess he didn't want to answer, and he just hung up. I just asked him stuff about the march in Charlottesville and whatever, some anti-Semitic stuff.
You're a hero, man.
You should have seen this dope trying to score points. You should have seen Voss trying to score showbiz points with Judd.
Did you notice suddenly the humble Rich? He's like, well, I just asked him some questions you want to answer. Shut up. You're not an intellectual fucking politician. You're not a political thinker.
Maybe if I would have...
Shut up.
Maybe if I would have done it leaning on a pool table or a stool, you fucking living in the past, douchebag. I'm very informed, okay?
Have a complete thought before you start yelling at people.
Exactly.
No, I
Open
had
up
that.
as you
I
go.
had that.
You pool table.
Listen, you don't know what I'm... listen, first of all...
Why are you wearing rings on a fucking... in the afternoon?
Shut up.
Charlottesville was wrong. Quiet.
Why do you have rings on? Who's home? You wear rings? You wear rings? You wear diamond rings in your house?
I just took them out. I just took them out of the safety deposit box.
Put them back. Who the fuck wears diamond rings on a fucking Zoom cast?
That's why he's doing it, for the Zoom call.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a serious
whatever I
subscriber.
said to him, he just hung up on us. Right when I was in studio, he hung up. He didn't want to answer what I asked him. It wasn't. You're right.
You weren't being
political.
necessarily tough questions. I think he just
there were
felt,
a couple.
who is this dumb interloper?
But yeah, there's a difference between he didn't want to answer what you asked him and he didn't want to deal with you.
Yeah,
I think
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't
you
like
guys,
what Sam's doing. Colin, I don't like what he's doing. He's sidetracking us from the fucking mission we were on. We were talking about what a good friend Jim Norton. This is not about. We know Voss is stupid.
Yes.
We know I'm dumb. We know Colin is fucking an ass. This is Jim.
Don't try to remove my arrows by stating them first. Fucking 8 Mile.
Let's stay on point.
Your guests are dumb, dumber, and done. Here's the thing.
That was a good one.
Yeah, whatever you were saying, you guys, no, real quick, because this is the kind of, whatever I said to him, doesn't matter. You guys were brown nosing and kissing his ass like you guys do with any guest that is not us. You guys think you like,
really is
like
true.
all of a sudden you're breaking news. You have Roger Stone, like, oh, look at us, Howard.
We're
We
big
have Roger
newsmen.
Stone.
We're big
Howard.
You think he'll let you on?
Gravitas still as well.
He
Darn
fucking-
political. You stink.
We're newsmakers. We can't help it.
we can't help it.
We're newsmakers. What am I going to say? Get talked about in the Times. We're newsmakers.
He turned down Pete Dominic, and you guys got him, and you were all excited.
Can't help it. We're newsmakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
You show
You
up.
have
evolving
other
into-
diamond rings on your other hand?
Oh yeah.
Have you never seen Voss's hands before?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah, really.
home alone. Nobody's around. He's not going out anywhere. There's no reason to wear fucking diamond rings.
Because he wasn't meant to even he's supposed to be in Fort Lauderdale at a dog track right now. This is not where it should be. You and fucking Mitch Walters and a couple of other gambleaholic, Jews that were shunned by their community many years ago. Temple when they were 19. That's you.
They don't get to Mitchell
Only
Walker.
in South Florida.
Yes, I do.
South Florida.
I know Mitchell.
Why did you go furniture shopping with him too?
Jimmy, come on over here for a second. I'm gonna feel like this fucking lounge chair. Go behind me. Hold me up. You too, Florentine. You're okay.
Jimmy, what are you
So,
doing
Bob-
special for your birthday? You gonna make out with a girl?
No, he said. I mean, Bob, though, to bring it back to your point, to bring it back to Jim, you are right that that's what we should be talking about. But you have to admit, I mean, Jim is one of the comics that has flourished in quarantine. I mean, you look at something where Chip Chipperson was supposed to be retired. He went from being retired to quarantine hitting, and all of a sudden, Chip is having some of the greatest success of any comedian. He's on national television every week.
Chip is taking over the world. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
Chip is actually taking over the industry as we know it.
If he wins that TBS thing, it's going to be a great day for all of us. I hate to say it.
It's going to be. He is going to win. Chip is going to win.
Is he?
And he will be the star that his mother always thought he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I get trashed for doing a contest show like 15 or 20 years ago?
Yes.
Didn't
And you
I?
were the best. Let me tell you, you were the best ironer in the whole fucking show.
Thank you, Mr. Fucking Mime. Fucking asshole. Who you to be? I wish somebody had smashed you in the head with an iron so you look like Bobby.
Why, Rich? You had it with the ironing mime joke,
You had
and
it
you got
with the
greedy.
thing, and we're laughing.
Stop trying
and
to tie
you just
people together.
Yeah.
Stop trying to string it together like it's this rant that no one saw coming. Shut up!
Yeah.
You're a one and done idiot.
Yeah, we're not a B room in the middle of the country. We get it.
No.
Rich,
Although, Bob,
there was
speaking of which, where are you going to be next week?
Yeah.
All my gigs are canceled, Jim. I have no gigs. I have no gigs until September, I think.
So, Rich, what were you saying?
I'm dying.
I'm supposed to work this weekend. I took the COVID test yesterday, and it came back negative. And now I don't want to leave the house. Because
you want to quit while you're ahead.
What's that?
Oof.
You want to quit while you're ahead.
Oh, he adds nothing. Well, that was nothing. It's like he's reading fucking like things to say. Jesus, I'd rather get Ann.
By the way, Rich, I'm glad you added to that. It's like I'm reading things to say. That was a good addition to your original comment. I'm glad.
Rich,
in fairness,
deja vu.
In fairness, Rich, you didn't have a great point. You just said I took the COVID test and I don't have it, and like you were expecting a celebratory roar from all of us.
No, you fucking morons. He said you should wear my
work. He said, I took the COVID test. I don't have it now. I don't want to leave the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because he said.
I'm sorry, Rich.
You were trying to do some homespun COVID humor, and it sucked.
No, listen to me. No.
I apologize for trying to make something out of it.
He was hoping a joke would show up, and it didn't. So he made it look like he took the test, and he was going to say, "I got a 74" or something like that, but he bailed.
No. You asked me. You asked me where I was working.
Shut up with your real answers. We're fucking making fun of you. No, but you said, "Shut up."
Hey, I'm going to go for a new dresser Saturday, Norton.
Wow. Now the sucky part is we have to stay here until he gets a good one.
No. We can all leave. Hey, Jim, happy birthday.
Thanks, Carl.
Forever. We're not responsible for holding up Jim and Sam for the next hour. They had a birthday bash. It's 12:40. We can fuck off anytime we want.
I think they have a lot of other people coming in too. What are the other people coming in?
Believe me, we don't lead off with our best.
We're easing into this thing.
Exactly.
Who else do you got?
It's gonna be.
They haven't told me. I didn't even know.
It's gonna be a morning
surprise. All right.
It's a morning full of surprises for Jim Norton.
Yeah.
They're trying to get us out of the way, Colin. They want me, you, and Voss out of the way.
Well,
they
we
want
are
us
gonna
gone
excuse
because
you.
they don't want to taint.
when Joe Coy and all the West Coast comics, they want that pleasantry shit. Hey, Jim, I want to say they don't want us in here fucking telling them what a piece of shit this fucking baby bird is.
So they start off with a swollen Joe Coy, and then they move on. I fucking... you're right.
You got a good
he
one.
thinks
Don't
he's on a
do it.
roll. No, I'm going to say how Bobby is always
You think
right.
you're on a
Bobby,
roll.
Shut up. Bobby is always right when it comes to breaking down what's going on.
Floors?
He's so right. I got my hands up. I got to go. I'm telling you. He flourished. It's flourished, Sam.
Flourished. Yeah, he did say it wrong.
Not
That's true.
flourished.
That's true. That did annoy me when he said flourished.
Flourished? Yeah, it was wrong.
Yeah.
It's fucking wrong. And I'm going to put it on my door. Write it on fucking things you fucked up and said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, this is ending on a real bang.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, that's. I'm glad.
Well, Rich, you got greedy.
Callback.
I love you, but you get greedy.
I would love to see a bird
You did.
fly out of that tree behind Norton and grab him and feed him to the baby bird.
I'd love to see birds on your back and you're unable to get them off with your tail.
You're a quick thinker, you are. You really are, little Jimmy.
Well, are there any parting words before we do have to move on? This is a very busy day. Are there any parting words that each one of you?
Sam, stop trying to structure us.
Yes, I
Leave that
know.
for the youngsters.
Yeah, it's like
we're not going to wrap it up.
Well, you're gonna have to at some point.
it's like being on the road in studio. So it was great. Where you going to be and all that?
I didn't hear
plugs. Look,
So,
happy birthday.
hey guys, all joking aside, is there anything you want? No. There's nothing nice we want to say about Jim Norton. He doesn't like us. He just won't fucking tell us. Okay? He wants nothing to do with us. He only fucking hangs out because he thinks he's missing something when we're around. He hates us.
That's actually really astute.
Listen
That's
to me.
fair.
Jim
That's fair.
Norton
Yeah.
dumped us fucking 8 years ago. Okay?
Yeah, Sam. And guess what, Sam? You're on the short list of him too. You're going to be gone before you know it.
Don't think if Patton Oswalt calls Jim tomorrow, he'll butt up with him. He's looking for a new coattail. We have nothing to offer except fucking anxiety and stress and horse shit. He wants nothing to do with it. Happy birthday, Jim. I love you.
I love you too.
I'll see you the next time you need something.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye, Bob. Bye, Rich.
Happy birthday.
That was incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not one
You
of
guys
these
are the
guys
best.
to say I love and all that shit, but happy birthday.
All
See
right.
you
Thanks,
later.
pal. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you later, Rich. I really could have done that all morning. That was amazing.
that went about as well as expected.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we are going to have more guests. So you did not know that this was going to be a Jimmy Day Spectacular today?
No, I did not. I figured that we were doing it because we have talked before about possibly structuring shows a certain way. No, I just didn't. Nobody tipped me off. Nobody tipped me off. Where's my water?
Jim. Okay, go get your water, Jim. Because our next guest is here for Jimmy Day.
All right.
And it actually was predicted by Bob Kelly just moments ago. Our next guest on Jimmy Day. Welcome to the party. Patton Oswalt is here on Jimmy Day. Welcome, Patton.
Happy birthday, Jimmy, on Jimmy Day.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's funny. I had no idea they were. I hate my birthday. So it's very depressing. I get really. I hate it. I hate it every year. So thanks for calling in.
Oh, hey. Well, I'm glad that we can torment you this way.
Yeah, especially because right before you joined us, we spent about 45 minutes with Colin Quinn, Bob Kelly, and Rich Voss pointing out every inadequacy that Jim Norton possibly has.
Attacking me.
So, yeah.
Terrible.
I know. You don't like that stuff.
No, are you kidding? Listen, let me tell you something. And this is just me. I'm speaking from the heart right now. Jim Norton is an American comedian, radio personality, actor, author, and television and podcast host.
Thank you.
How could they possibly rip into that guy? I mean, Norton has been the co-host of the podcast UFC Unfiltered with Matt Serra.
That's
and
right.
the morning radio show, Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. And again, this is all just coming from my heart, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, it feels good.
You know.
Hey, how did you feel? I thought of you. They amazing. What was he called? The Golden State Killer. I mean,
Golden State Killer.
So you guys kind of figured that out.
Well, I mean, we didn't really. It was not that we figured out. It's that Michelle gave him the. This is going to sound really creepy, but a lot of cops have told me this. This is actually true. The fact that he never had a cool name, he never had a cool serial killer name, is what made the case kind of go dead. And when she gave the name the Golden State Killer, it helped put a lot of focus back on the case. It's really weird when these guys have bad branding. That's what makes a lot of cases go cold.
It's because nobody can.
So creepy.
Nobody can just it's not in anybody's head anymore.
It doesn't have a name that pops. It's not like Zodiac. It's not like Night Stalker. So giving him a name, that's a very sick thing, but it's true.
So wait,
that's true. When you bring up like serial killers, when you bring up serial killers by name, you go like, "Oh, have you heard of this one?" And you go like, "Yeah, but what would I know him as? Like, what was his nickname though? How would I know him?"
It literally,
BTK.
It is that way. Yeah.
So she wrote a book, right, about this killer and nicknamed him that.
Gave him that name, and combined all this stuff, and then it was kind of, which then makes me wonder, are there rooms at police stations where they have like a big dry erase board and they're like pitching names for like killers? And it's like the one that's really. What if there's a guy who's an amazing investigator, but he gives the worst names for these guys? That's what kills all the cases. Like, oh, this is the end of the road and 2 lefts down at the Pink House Killer. No,
it's just no good.
Frank, we got to make it pop you. So yeah, very weird.
Yeah, I knew you guys were involved. I did.
Well, anyway, hey Jim, I'm gonna let.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna get out of the way and let. There's a whole line of people waiting to torment you. Can you not hear?
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you. There was just a delay.
It was a little bit of a delay, so I couldn't hear you.
It was just
for
a
second.
Zoom thing. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, hey, happy.
All right. Thanks, Pat.
All right,
sorry, I can't hear you too well.
Always good to hear from you, buddy. Pat Oswald, everybody. Glad you.
Yeah, I thought of him when they arrested that guy, that ex cop. They fucking arrested an ex cop being the Golden State Killer.
Yeah, amazing. Jim, there's a lot of people who want to be a part of the show today, and not everybody we had time to kind of schedule in to be a part of the live show, but some people did send in videos. I believe we have we did. I'm gonna be honest. We went out of pocket on this one.
Well, thank you,
because we thought it was necessary as a show. I think you know the one I'm going for, Travis. The initials are MB.
Yeah. No, I got.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, Jim. Would you like to hear a video message from a person that wanted to shout you out?
Hang on.
Of course.
Okay. A second. Let's do this.
Okay, we're sharing
I
screens
won't even
this
look.
time.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you can watch Travis's download folder.
Okay.
Yep. Oh no, what is that? Epstein.
Books by the fellas for Jim Norton. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jimmy. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Jim, hope you get a lot of hot chicks on your birthday and other great stuff. And I love you, buddy. This is Book by the Fellas. Happy birthday, 55. Whoa. Can't believe it, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Where did time go? This is Book by the Fellas for you, Jim. And again, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday to you. Keep them coming, Jim. You got a lot more birthdays than you. I love you, buddy. This is Book by the Fellas. Yeah.
There you go, Mike Bichetti, everybody.
That was really nice. Yep. that was nice. Thanks, guys.
You have no idea how many times us behind the scenes have watched that cameo over and over again. It's just a group text going, "Hey, who is this book by?" The fellas.
That was nice. That was nice.
I was getting things together last night and, playing stuff on my computer as we were watching TV or whatever. And Jess is like, "Why are you watching that again?" I'm like, I just watched it once." And she was like, Is Did you sing Happy Birthday twice? I was like, yeah. He decided to sing it again.
Hey, is my audio cutting in and out, or am I okay?
You're fine.
No, you're good.
Okay, so when Pat was cutting out,
that's a Zoom thing. Yeah.
It was a Zoom thing. Okay.
Yeah, that was just his Zoom was delayed a little bit.
Okay.
That's all that was. It wasn't anything, but yeah, Zoom delay. So, Jim, do you start to feel better about your birthday? I mean, and I do apologize. You may see a recurring theme that we might have gotten the age wrong in some of the.
I understand. Yeah, 55. It's understandable. Yeah, mistakes will be made. No one's perfect.
It's just a quick mistake. Actually, if you want, we could take a break.
Okay.
Because when we come back, we have a very special guest that wanted to pipe in and say happy birthday. So why don't we take our first break?
Sure.
And then we'll come back with our next guest here on Jimmy Day.
That would be awesome.
We'll be back with more of the socially distant Jim Norton birthday extravaganza.
During these uncertain times, Faction Talk is here to keep you company. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts are live every morning.
Yeah, but perception doesn't make you fart more. Sure it does.
Followed by Cavino and Rich.
How do I deal with you every day?
I don't know.
I don't know who's worse with bad news, you or Gail, but both of you are like doing the show with Debbie Downers.
Jason Ellis live from Los Angeles.
My microphone is heavy. I think I would rather like one of those gold ones that Khloe Kardashian talks into.
Listen live or on demand with the SiriusXM app or smart devices like Amazon Alexa.
You can hear every MLB game on SiriusXM. It all starts Thursday with a 60-game sprint to the postseason.
Every at-bat matters.
And in a season unlike any other, you need MLB Network Radio's experts more than ever.
You've got new rules, which means new strategy, which means new chaos.
Join the conversation on Sirius 209 XM 89. Every game through the last out of the World Series is on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Saturday, MLB on Fox is back with an incredible triple header.
And here we go.
The Cubs clash with the Brewers at 12:30.
That one is gone.
The Dodgers and the Giants battle at 4. And Aaron Judge and the Yankees take on the Nationals at 7.
Unbelievable.
Every game is crucial in a thrilling 60-game sprint to the finish.
Wow.
Celebrate the return of baseball with a special triple header Saturday on Fox.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-981-9332. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-981-9332. That's 800-981-9332. 800-981-9332. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
It's a new season. And at Sport Clips Haircuts, all of our stylists are clean certified and guy smart. So come in and get yourself back in the game and ask for your free upgrade to our legendary MVP experience. It's a mancation with our hot steam towel, relaxing shampoo, and a winning cut. Check in online and walk out with confidence. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy. With haircut purchase, ask your stylist for free upgrade. Ends 8/2/20. Terms at sportclips.com/thank you.
And you'll be stepping out like a fool.
Adjusting to a new normal means we need to be smart about how we do business. Thousands of small business owners have discovered the benefits of Stamps.com and kept their businesses running while avoiding trips to the post office. With Stamps.com, you can print postage on demand and you'll never pay full price with access to discounted rates you can't even get at the post office. Like 5 cents off every stamp and up to 62% off USPS and UPS shipping rates. Print official stamps and labels right from your home or office computer for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send. Once your mail's ready, Just leave it for your mail carrier, schedule a free package pickup, or drop it off. It's a no-brainer. Right now, listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale with no long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the home page, and type in TALK. That's Stamps.com. Enter TALK.
Sirius XM, Channel 103, Faction Talk.
You can hear every MLB game on Sirius XM. It all starts July 23rd with a 60-game sprint to the postseason. Every at-bat matters. And in a season unlike any other, you need MLB Network Radio's experts more than ever.
You've got new rules, which means new strategy, which means new chaos.
Join the conversation on Sirius 209 XM 89. Every game through the last out of the World Series is on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping, always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter the station's exclusive code at checkout, DOLL, and get, the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's DOLL, DOLL, DOLL.
Is working remotely the new normal? Have you been doing it that way with your business all along? Still using an answering machine? Did you know 85% of callers who only reach voicemail simply hang up? Don't let that happen. No matter your circumstance, you can build your business faster with Abby Connect. Plan to continue without a receptionist? That's risky. Customer experience should be a top priority. A live person answering your calls can affect your profits by as much as 25 to 95%. Improve your business without paying full price for a full-time receptionist with Abby Connect. On the go? Our app allows you to make calls on your business line from your mobile phone. People prefer doing business with people, not machines. Abby Connect can start answering your calls today. For a limited time, get a 14-day free trial with no setup fees, no purchase necessary, and no credit card needed. Call now for your free 14-day trial. 800-783-6131. That's 800-783-6131. 800-783-6131.
Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors.
Stock market have you nervous with all the massive fluctuations? With the impact of coronavirus and the upcoming election, it's virtually impossible to guess what will happen next. With Vantage Point, you don't have to. Text the word demo to 411-411 to find out how our technology can forecast market trend changes with up to 87.4% accuracy. That's right, 87.4%. Text demo to 411-411 to get what you need to stay ahead of market trends and better protect yourself from sudden downturns. Vantage Point's patented technology analyzes huge quantities of global data in seconds. No more guessing when to stay or when to get out. Text demo to 411-411 and we'll send you a link to our free demo. Text the word demo to 411-411 so you can better protect your hard-earned capital with Vantage Point. Don't wait. Text the word demo to 411-411.
Go to VantagePointSoftware.com for terms, conditions, and privacy policy.
Message and data rates may apply.
Please welcome Jim Norton. We are back with more of the socially distant birthday extravaganza.
Go,
go. Very thematic.
Go, show. It's your birthday.
Welcome back to Jimmy Day.
Thank you.
The Jim Norton birthday extravaganza. Apparently 52. I thought 55.
Yeah.
But I guess 52. Yeah, that's my mistake. It's on me.
Yeah.
But of course, the entire staff here has been so excited about this for so long. We've already heard today from Dennis Falcone. We heard from Colin Quinn, Rich Voss, Bob Kelly, Pat Oswalt, a video message from Mike Boschetti.
That was
Of
nice.
course, by the way, it goes without saying, the best way you at home can celebrate Jimmy Day is to get to voting at tournamentoflaughs.com for Chip Chipperson and make this Jim Norton's last birthday. Make it so that next year we're just celebrating Chip Day.
Chip.
I feel like every round that Chip Chipperson makes it through on that TBS show, a picture of Jim Norton starts to disappear like in Back to the Future. Like the second round, his legs started to go. The third round, it'll be his arm waving that's going away. And by the end, the face will start to fade. And you'll go, oh, my God, he's leaving.
Yep. Or text Chip to 735-96. That got drilled into my head a couple of weeks ago when I made that ridiculous video. Yeah, I haven't done anything but Chip shit. Nothing for Jim except for some cameos. No, yeah. I like it. It's fun.
Well, before we get to our next guest who's going to be joining us here on the Jim Norton Birthday Extravaganza, is there anyone on staff that would like to just wish Jim a happy birthday? I don't want to make this seem like it's a party that's excluding people. I see Mike Montone, for example. He's on island time. There is no fleshlight in his background anymore. No porno movies. He has his bookshelf is a bunch of like political nonfiction and porno movies, and that bookshelf is not behind him. Instead, it's a white background. He's got a sailor's hat and a Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah.
Mike, is there anything as you celebrate a year with us? Is there
anything you'd like to
Mike's
say
been
on
here
this
a year?
Jim Day?
Yeah.
Wow. June 3rd was a year, but yeah, happy birthday, Jim. 55. Wow. Where does time go?
Thank you.
And is that an island beverage that you're drinking there, Mike?
It is. There's nothing but senoritas and margaritas down here on the island, Sam. We're celebrating Jim Norton's birthday, Jimmy Day, in style.
Yeah, it's a nice occasion. I'll be honest. I was definitely not expecting it. I thought we were just doing this. I had no idea this was coming.
Oh yeah.
So I'm honored to be a part. Happy birthday, Jim.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. 55.
And Troy is 55. The big 5-5.
Big 5. Double nickels.
And Troy, is there? I mean, you and Jim have justified each other's behaviors for so long.
Sure.
Is there anything that you'd like to say to Jim on this joyous day?
Just happy to be here hanging out with everybody on your big day and, excited. Wishing you a happy birthday, Jim.
Thank you very much, Troy. Yes, and we do, Troy and I do understand each other better than other people on the staff, I think, and we understand our own things better than other people understand our things. So, yeah, it's always a relief to have Troy there. We really. Otherwise, I would feel, if you weren't there, I'd feel too weird around Travis and Sam who have these healthy, normal lives. I need one other really dysfunctional person around me. So, yeah, that helps.
Good. I'm glad to be that guy.
That's right. As we wait for our next guest to connect to us via Zoom, we have another video message.
Oh, good.
That we would like to play for you. Yes, there's a musician that wanted to send you a shout out. I believe you know the musician, Travis, and this is just one of those things. We thought to ourselves, who would Jim like to receive birthday wishes from? And this is what we came up with.
Bless them and there ain't no stress and no second guess. Any man can test me. Know it's Sean Party girls. I'm overall ever standing tall. And this birthday shout out goes to Jim. Hey yo, Jim. Respect you, yo. One more year around the sun for you is cause for celebration. A true salute. So your best friends and them get together, saying, and friends on the show got together. They said they just want to wish you a happy birthday, and they shouted me. You know what I mean? They said you were a fan of me. I thank you so much. Yeah, see? And they said I'm gonna shout out Jim and Sam. Sorry, the Jim and Sam Smoke Club. See? Big up on ourselves, we token. Bless them. Well, every day we be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say. We be earning dollars, turning, cause we mind that how we pay. Some love gold and oil and diamonds, all we got is Mary J. Recognize it, pippin' as we ride it. Bless them.
That's great. Sean Paul does a great cameo.
Dude, can you believe that? Like, when we got that, I was like, this guy is singing the hooks to his hits in his cameos? Like, that is value. However much Sean Paul is charging, it's not enough. That's incredible.
By the way, he sounds great a cappella. Sean Paul has a good fucking voice. He sounds really good. Good for Sean.
Like,
and by the way, he sent that back in 1 hour with an ordering. So he was ready to go.
Yeah, dude. When we got that back, and I was like, and it sounds like the radio version of the hit. Like, you don't, when you hear Sean Paul, you kind of don't even like. he's kind of like a party musician. You don't really give him respect as a musician. But then you hear the guy just belt out the hook, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's really a talent.
Yeah, he's a really good singer. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that was nice. There was a lot of effort he put into that cameo too. That wasn't just a quick fucking Manny Pacquiao, happy birthday, and then it looked like he looks like a fucking one of those animatronic things when he does them. They're terrible. That was
terrible.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, he sang the whole hook. I was sitting there going like,
what song was that? I don't even recognize the song.
That was one of his big. I think it's called. Is it called Burnin'? I don't know what it's called, but it's definitely a big hit. It's one of his more recent hits. I know you celebrate some of the classic catalog, but yeah, that was a big song.
Oh, okay.
And he gave it all to us.
It was booked by the fellas.
Yeah, it was a lot better. You know, it's weird with Cameo because you would think that like someone like Sean Paul would put in very little effort because he's probably got a ton of demand, and somebody like Mike Bichetti would really sit down and craft out something, because I feel like Mike Bichetti's business would be based on the fact that he really gives you a ton of value. But I have it down here. Yeah, Sean Paul's actually clocked in at 11 seconds longer than Bichetti's. And he did not repeat himself.
No, and Mike knows me, and he told no personal tales. He just read what was on the thing. So Jim, just happy birthday from the guys who you work with. It's like, you know me, Mike.
It clearly wasn't a trick. You know what I mean? It was like, this is a cameo for Jim Norton, the guy that you know.
Saying it had no personal touch to it.
No personal touch at all. But speaking of personal touch, it looks like our next guest is joining us. I hear somebody joining. Do you know that voice, Jim?
I couldn't hear it. I think I do.
Ladies, yes. I hope you do.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Gervais joins Jimmy Day. Yes, it wasn't Jimmy Day without Ricky.
Why can't I see you guys?
Because you're lucky.
That's God blessing you.
You have to, we're here, so do you have speaker view or do you have gallery view on you? Are you on your phone?
I'm just on me, and it's funny because actually the avatar is a tiny little round-headed man, which is pretty good for you, but it's not really you. It's just mine. I can just see me.
There he is. You can't see us. You can only see you.
I mean, luckily you look great. So
yeah, you look good. Nice. What are those awards? Are those right in front of your BAFTA? Is that your BAFTA award back there with the wings? What is that award behind you?
That's no, I don't know what that is. That's an Emmy and a couple of BAFTAs. Anyway, never mind that. Right? I'm at a disadvantage here because I can't. How old are you? How old are you, Jim?
52.
52. Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't think you were going to live that long, did you? When you were 20.
No, when I was 18, I figured I'd never make it to 30. You know, I figured I'll never make it. And now I don't think I'll make 55, but I will make 53.
in your yearbook at school, man most likely to be found dead in a ditch covered in cum.
Most likely to be an actor. Most likely to be a politician. Most likely to be found dead in a ditch
covered in cum.
You showed them all. You showed them all that being found in a ditch covered in cum doesn't kill you.
Yeah, it's not all true. Not all true.
Yeah. What doesn't kill me quenches my thirst.
Oh God.
Oh.
So how's it been?
You've been very active, Ricky. You've been pretty active. I saw you. You've done a lot of like those live feeds on the Periscope or whatever. You've actually gone live quite a few times. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I sort of did it every day for a while, and then I thought the lockdown was sort of ending, and I sort of phased out. Now I do it once a week. It was fun. It's sort of real. You feel, because you're by yourself and you're just talking. It's not even like, I mean, this is real. This is as real as it gets, right? But you feel you're still sort of performing a little bit, and there I just sort of ramble. I just talk to myself like an old madman. And I think it's quite therapeutic, and people have sort of latched onto it, that it's sort of rubbish and pointless. Like the messages I get were, oh my God, that wasted 20% of my life. Can you do it again tomorrow? It's like, yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I sort of did it originally. The joke was that I was Winston Churchill during, the Blitz. But then it soon degenerated into just nonsense, making myself laugh. No, but it's sort of, I suppose it's a form of entertainment, isn't it? It counts.
People like it because they're getting a chance to actually talk to you, interact with you in a way they normally don't. I mean, and you have the time because
I agree. I think, yeah, as I say, it's sort of the realist you are, because you're not really even showing off with sort of mates or an interview or worrying about. I'm not worrying about what I say. I feel that it doesn't matter. I can always delete it, so I feel less anxious than I do in interviews, I suppose, and Q&As. And I'm not trying to be clever. I'm just going. I'm gonna keep looking at my watch, going, Jesus Christ, how long have we got? It's like it's like some sort of chore, but it's nice. I think I did more. I hadn't heard of Zoom in February. I wish I'd have bought shares in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did more. I think I did more PR for Afterlife. I think I did twice as many interviews than I usually do, because you might as well. I think I like this new world. I like this new world of anything you do, you can do from your home. This is what I've aspired to all my life.
Yeah.
So no complaints.
Have you traveled at all? Have you gone? I haven't been on a plane in over 4 months. I haven't done stand up in 4 months. Have you left where you are at all?
No. Last gig was when was that? Stockholm on like the 28th of February, and then the lockdown came. I certainly haven't been out of the country. I haven't been out of London, no. But I go. It doesn't feel like I'm a prisoner, like some people are whinging. I walk on the heath still every day. I've got a garden. As I said at the beginning, you're not going to hear me whinge when there's people living in high rises with 9 kids, or there's nurses doing 14-hour shifts. Do you know what I mean? All they're asking us to do is stay in and watch a bit of telly. It's not like some people were sort of saying it was like the war. Well, no, in the war, they want you to go and get killed. In here, they want you to stay in and watch fucking Netflix. It's not really.
Although it was great. It was great. Like in the very beginning, I felt like you had a lot more celebrities getting out there and either telling people to, like, when they would tell people, listen, it's easy. All you have to do is stay at home, and you saw their jacuzzi in the background and their mansion in their home theater. Like, it's easy, guys.
We talked about this day one. Let's do an Imagine video. That was.
Oh my God.
Really, that was peak Hollywood for me. That we have to do. We have to give something back, right? And they need to see us enjoying ourselves. If the general public, that people are dying, right? All they need to see is my face, and it will be okay. And that was what I was sort of spoofing at the beginning. But yeah, it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous when and then the other side of the coin, of course, is people going out and refusing to wear a mask in a shop because it's against their human rights.
Yeah. So how were you flabbergasted,
haven't you? Sorry.
I was going to ask you, Ricky, were you flabbergasted when, like, after the Imagine video came out and everybody just destroyed it? Like, it was it was the one thing that brought everybody together. This is terrible. Then the protests and stuff start, and another Hollywood video comes out where they all get together and they say, I take responsibility for what I did. And it's like, nobody's asking you to.
That was worse in a way, because there was such an arrogance to it. There was an incredible arrogance to it. I think the first one was just a little bit needy, you know. As I said at the time, they weren't doing a bad thing. It was a bad product, and they thought, oh, let's do something right. But what made me laugh about the Imagine video was that it was day one. That's what really made me laugh. And I just thought, these are the same people that if a plane sort of crash lands, they start eating the person next to them. And you're going, we've got sandwiches. We've got fucking sandwiches. Let's not do this now. Let's not panic. No, but that other one, the black and white, I mean, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. But again, it was peak virtue signaling. You see it on Twitter first, and it eventually spills over to the real world. We've talked about this, that this shield of goodness that you think that you can do anything because it's a good cause, and they haven't looked at the problem. Virtue signaling. The reason virtue signaling is bad, right, is because they're saying, look how perfect I am. If I can criticize the smallest thing, and the more subtle we get, right? Look how perfect I am. And this wokeism is a new form of it's like crazy fundamentalists from like centuries ago when they had to be pure. So when these people can't get the real problem, when they can't actually get real monsters, when they can't get actual Nazis, they suddenly start eating their own to be the purist. It's a form of auto-cannibalism, so they have to be the purist. And you see it all the time. It's like people turn on their own because they're not quite as woke as them. It's a really odd thing to watch. It's sort of getting worse. And again, it's not the real cause. It's not the people at the heart who's trying to do a good thing. It's that 10%. It's the 10% of people who join a peaceful march to smash some windows in and ruin it for the rest of them. You know, it's those people. It's the people who infiltrate, you know, good societies and ruin it just because they want to see the world burn. And they're camouflage. They really are sheep in wolf's clothing because they've got this shield of goodness. People go, I'm doing it for good, so I can do anything. You go, no, you're not doing it for good. You're horrible and you're ruining it for good people. Yeah. And but of course, the last people to know are people in the Hollywood bubble. They get a phone call. You could get them to do anything if they said to listen.
Yeah, isn't it great that, like,
if they want to do anything, I would like to have seen them saying things that they've done. Like, if you really want to take responsibility, give us examples of what you've done. Like, that would have been entertaining if every one of them told us some racist shit they had said, or hey, there was this time, what a piece of shit I was. That would have been an entertaining video.
Oh, how I treated my poorly paid migrant house staff. What I said to the reason I fired my gardener yesterday. Yeah, real specific awful shit.
Yeah, that's taking responsibility. Hey, there was a black guy one time and I said this thing not knowing it was shit. I can't believe I said. How about give yourself, like, if you want to take responsibility, then really let's out yourself.
That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, really specific. Also, there's a time sensitive thing. As they go, you know, I've been bad. I didn't know. Really, again, they're saying, look how good I am now. That's what they're doing. They're not really going, you know. Yeah, but you're right. If they said some horrible shit they just said that day, that's great.
That day, I would love it I would love it if one person in the video did it. Like, they thought that it was going to be an honest thing. And so one person in the video goes, yeah, I mean, I just yelled at the N-word in my car as I was driving today. And they left in just like one person, like Aaron Paul or whoever it was. One guy says it, and you watch everybody in the video turn on him. Like, we were admitting our mistakes, but what? This guy's a terrible person. I thought we were all together, guys. I thought.
and then at the end, you just show that actor going to the camera. Wait, they're not. and then the video ends.
Got him.
Yeah.
Do you like, as an observer, Ricky? Like, do you like the sort of the downward spiral that the collective has kind of been on? Because for a second, at the beginning of this, for a moment, everybody was together. For a moment, everybody was like, you know what? The whole world is dealing with this. Look at the way Italy is shut down. Look at what's going on. We've all just got to come together. But now we've degenerated to the point where you're either trying to call out everybody for anything that anybody has ever done, or you're getting into fist fights over who's wearing masks and who's not, or whatever it is. It's reached a boiling point, and it's kind of enjoyable to watch.
I think it's like this. I think it's as simple as this. Whatever the issue, there are 10% of the population are fucking stupid for different reasons in different ways, and they take turns. It's not like there is a 10% that always get it wrong, right? That they're the same 10%. They're not. But in any situation, right, people saying, oh, it should be the spirit of the Blitz when everyone pulled together. No, there were fucking idiots in the Blitz. There were idiots who left the light on in the Blitz, right? And they got beaten up, right, by military police, right? There's idiots all the way. There was cavemen, right, that would do something fucking stupid, right? And the other cavemen would go, you fucking idiot. You left the fucking saber-toothed tiger just ate the babies, you fucking moron. And he goes, it was hot in here. You fucking moron, right? And he was killed before he could pass on his genetic material, right? So we come from a long line of cavemen who didn't let the saber-toothed tigers eat their babies, but we still have stupidity, and I think it's the same whenever they go. And also, there's misinformation and there's selfishness, right? There's people breaking the rules. We had a guy here, right, who was a government aide who put these things in, lockdown into operation, and then he broke them. Right? He broke the rules. So everyone went, well, fuck this. Well, we can break the rules then. Now, you've got to act like an adult. I knew it would happen, and they did. They went out and said, well, if he can do it, we can do it, right? The truth is, they wanted to do it anyway, and now they had an excuse. Adults went, okay, he was wrong. He's a fucking idiot, but two wrongs don't make a right. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
It's an excuse just to do it, yeah.
Sense.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just misinformation, selfishness, conspiracy theory. There's a whole load of people that think it's a conspiracy theory for everything from the mobile phone networks to a Chinese laboratory to Hillary Clinton trying to get Trump out by killing 1 million people. It's all these things, all these misinformation, and people know they're doing it. Someone who starts this misinformation knows it's not true, right? It's like trolling now goes from, it used to be, on Twitter, but now governments use it. Governments use trolling. They know, they put out misinformation because they know it panics people, and you don't know, what the right thing is. This shouting fake news, it works, and the problem is, what really is annoying is that some news is still fucking fake, and you want to go, why are you playing into their hands? Why? Now's the time where you should go, the truth should out. You should look at the truth. But when it's science, it's a slam dunk. You've got anti-vaxxers. Well, what are they going to do when we find a vaccine that works? What are they going to do? What are they going to go? No, it's so odd. But some of it, again, I think, like the flat earthers, I think half of those people are trolls. I think half the people who say that they don't fucking believe it. It's a badge. I'm the one in the office that says the Earth's flat. Some people would rather be famous for being a fucking moron than not famous at all, and that's the problem.
You're talking to two of them.
That's the premise of our entire show. We get famous for being morons.
But you're right. It is funny how some people are just trolling because it's an attention-seeking device, and then the other half are like, oh, they're really fucking idiots.
I think outrage. I think outrage, cancel culture. I think it's 50% faux outrage. They're not really outraged. They go, look what I can do. I can fucking cause harm. I can cause havoc. They're hecklers. What does the heckler want when he shouts at the comedian? He wants to be part of your fucking causal web. He wants to affect time and space. He wants to go, I was here. I was it. He knows you're not going to go, that was the great heckle, mate. Let's be friends. He knows he's going to get slapped. He doesn't. They just want to. They're shouting from a bin, right? I'm alive. They're shouting, I'm alive. I exist, right? That's all they're doing, right? And it's the same with these people. They don't really care about the result. It's a form of mass trolling and identity. Everything's about identity now.
And feeling like they moved the needle.
An argument.
Feeling like they moved the needle a little bit. If you're a part of something and something shitty happens to a person, then you've moved the needle. It's just a feeling of having accomplished something, even if it's small and awful.
That's exactly right. I think, again, go back to cavemen. Cavemen used to blow woad on their hands to make a little handprint on a cave wall. And, it was basically going, I was here, right? People want to validate their existence. And trolls, they're amplified on Twitter. They're amplified. They've got their own microphone, right? The troll at a gig hasn't got a microphone. But now with Twitter, they've got and now it's picked up. Now they see themselves picked up by the news, right? Clickbait, reputable newspapers now to get eyes on paper for advertising. They use clickbait. How often have you heard this headline? So and so said a thing, and people are furious. No, they're not. They're not furious, right? 0.0001% of people are furious, and we wouldn't even heard about it if you hadn't put it in your newspaper. And then they go, Cum Guzzler 314 said fuck off, and it's like that's not news. You found it. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And also, by the way, Jim, everyone knows that's your fake account. So
I know. I shouldn't have used my actual picture. That was a mistake.
Dude, one of my favorite little social experiments recently was like I guess last week. Twitter went down for verified users for 2 hours, right? And it was the funniest thing in the world because I was right with them, right? Everybody, there was so many of us blue checks that were sitting there just reloading and reloading and reloading, trying to tweet. And when it finally came back, the tweets that you saw were a whole bunch of people that are verified going, test. Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? And you're like, you had nothing to say. You had nothing to say. You just wanted to say something.
You wanted to be heard.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
I mean, I think that's a frustration for some people as well, that they get on Twitter and they realize that, it's their right to say what they want. But it's not their right to have people listen to them. And some of them realize it's like just shouting out of a window. It's like, and they get, and that's when they get a hook. If they get someone with a few followers that answer them, that's why you shouldn't feed the trolls, really. But I think that was the sort of the beginning of the problem, really, where people on Twitter. It's good and bad Twitter because it's very equalizing. You can have a genius next to a man who lives in a bin and eats roadkill. And if the font's the same, they get treated with the same sort of reverence on Twitter. You know what I mean? You see a tweet and it's as I say, a lot of papers now, they're picking up the tactics of Twitter and social media, and they're using those same, and it's never good. It's You've seen it in all walks of life. There's, as I said, there's comedians here who say awful, like Northern comics, who still tell terrible, racist, inflammatory jokes. They're not even jokes anymore. They just go out and say there's too many immigrants and stuff, right? And they get a round of applause, and soon you realise their gigs are full of the worst people in society, and soon they turn on them. Do you know what I mean? Suddenly, where you've created this culture, this horrible culture, they're sharks. It's swimming with sharks, and it's the same on all sides. Extremists on all sides, right? They eventually eat themselves because they're not in it for any other reason than to cause pain and havoc. They're not in it for an argument or a better world or to listen to you. It's really odd where people haven't realised it. It's not a case of left and right anymore. It's a case of extremism. As I say, they hide behind this, wokeism. It sounds like a great idea, but it's soon infiltrated by the same 10% who just want to see the world burn. And that's the problem.
It's the cause or the nice cause or the virtuous. It's just the excuse that they hide behind. It's almost like they're not admitting the true motive is just to get somebody. Because it feels, we all stop to watch a fist fight. We all stop to look at a car wreck. We all have that instinct. And that's all it is. They want to get somebody.
I think that's exactly right. And I touched on it. I did like 3 or 4 years ago, I think I was doing Humanity. And I said in that no one looks at the argument anymore. They look at who's saying it and they make their decision. And if you're not on the right side, you're dismissed and they undermine you. Like I did a tweet about free speech a few years ago, and it was a Churchill quote about free speech. Immediately, I got people saying, he's a white supremacist. And I was going, not in that tweet, he isn't. Not in that tweet. Look, you've got to dismiss everything he ever said because he did something wrong. It's mad. And I started working on this routine I haven't worked out yet. That, we'll say, but I'm a vegetarian and I like dogs, like that Hitler. But anything I have in common with Hitler is the good stuff, right? I'm also a stand-up comedian and a TV actor, like that Bill Cosby. Again, anything I have in common with him is the good stuff. And they just try and undermine it. They don't like the argument. They try and undermine it. And they do anything to undermine it. Now people just lie. Now people just, if they don't like your argument, they say just something awful. Yeah, but at least I didn't, it's crazy. It's just wanting to own people. You're right. It's wanting to own libs or own the right or own the centric. And it's so funny that on Twitter, because there's no nuance, if you say something that's like, mildly liberal, you're suddenly Trotsky, and the right go, oh, you're a Marxist, you're a communist, and if you say something like mildly right-wing, you're a Hitler, oh, you like racism, do you? Right? No. And if you say something centrist, you're a coward. They both hate you. They both.
Well, and the idea too that we're like you said, you quote Churchill, and all of a sudden, because he might have been a white supremacist, whatever he was, wipe out everything. And it's like, if people found out that Thomas Edison was a pedophile, would everybody walk around in the dark? Like, would people refuse to use light bulbs?
I know, yeah. It was like when they were taking down the statues. I thought of that. What you should do is just to add to a statue, like inventor of so and so. Also a kiddie fiddler. So you let people decide. You leave the statue, but you do all the good bits. Like it's
yeah. You put that about Washington, father of our country, but he did own 600. Yeah, so put the context, and maybe you change the statue so Washington's like this. Like, what do you want? Oh, you can't see. What do you want?
What do you want from me? What do you want? Well, Ricky, real quick. Let's get back to the task at hand. You get the call to come on the show today to celebrate Jim Norton on his birthday. It's Jimmy Day. I'm sure visions start popping into your head. To you, you've known Jimmy for many years now, actually.
10 years ago was our first interview,
Yeah, and you've gotten to know him quite a bit. In your head, what does a Jim Norton birthday celebration kind of look like? What visions start to pop into your brain when you find out this is what we're celebrating?
Well, I think it's changed. I think it's evolved, like Jim. When I first saw Jim, I didn't know what to make of him. I thought he was like angry. I liked him because he was angry. He was angry at himself for some reason, and I couldn't work out why. There was that angry, there was that self-loathing that I liked, and I liked the fact that he wasn't scared of saying anything to anyone because look what he would do to himself, and I respected that. Then I sort of realised after a while that actually he was like the most sort of tolerant, accepting, reasonable comedian on the circuit. It was all attitude because it was exactly what I want in a comedian. You want to be highly principled, but you want to be able to take a joke. It's like there's nothing makes me more uncomfortable than someone who can't take a joke.
Yeah.
It's that I'm not uncomfortable around any difference. Nothing. You couldn't bring someone in here, right, that would make, unless you said he doesn't like jokes, he takes things the wrong way. I go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be uncomfortable. It said like you've got to talk to these fucking mass murderers for a minute, right? They're all chained up, but they want to go, yeah, fine, right? If there was one that sulked, I'd go, no, get him out. Get him out of here. And I think that's my favourite thing about Jim, that he doesn't take anything fucking personally. He's lived through it. Nothing's scary. And he's one of the few people that is refusing to fucking shut up and bite his tongue. I think comedy, right? I'm more and more now, right? You mustn't be angry at a joke. If the point of the joke is to make people laugh, you can't be angry. And that's what people do as well. They make the rules in their head. They like these 10 terrible things you said, but not that one, because that affects them, and that's not funny, right? And they've always got a difference. They've always got a reason. No, it's worse because this and that. What they mean is they don't like the punchline. That's all they mean. I liked it when you took your piss out of the other 10 things, but I didn't like it when you took the piss out of that one. And they won't admit it. They think that their thing has some sort of higher morality, higher reason not to be jokes. And honestly, I see it particularly with new causes. These people that go, all we want is to be treated equally. All we want is to be treated the same as everyone else, but not in jokes. Not in jokes.
Right.
And everyone does it. Everyone's guilty of it. And so Jim has sort of evolved in my head as well, the more I realised what he was like. So if you'd have asked me, like, you know, when I first knew him, I would think that it would be the ditch scenario. That's how it would end. Now I think it would be like a dinner with nice, smart comedians.
But interestingly enough, both scenarios still covered in cum.
Yeah. Absolutely. We've gotten rid of the ditch. We've brought in the glass coffee table.
Oh, God.
Very funny.
All right. Well, Ricky, we really appreciate you making the time for our Jim Norton here to celebrate his birthday. Thank you for coming on today.
It's the best. This is still the best. I missed you guys. I missed being there more. But it's still the best. It's like you can say anything. It's that feeling that you can say anything because it's reasonable people and they get it. That's the problem with the world. If you have to pussyfoot around what you really want to say, it's shit. It's like, and people think that people want freedom of speech so they can say awful fucking things. That's not the main reason. The main reason is that everyone, the truth will out. If everyone's got the right to freedom of speech, someone says nasty stuff to you, you can say it back. It's a good system. And then you go on and you find good and bad people. This thing that putting phobia on the end of a cause to shut people up. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss it and take the piss out of it. It's not scary. Taboos aren't scary. Fuck them.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Good note,
brother.
man. Thank you very much, dude.
Cheers.
Talk to you
Happy
soon.
birthday.
Thanks, pal. And thanks for coming on.
Cheers, man.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Ricky
Bye.
Gervais, everybody. Ricky Gervais
Literally
joining
one
us
of
here.
my favorite people on earth. I mean, I've loved Ricky for a long, long time. This is how much I love Ricky Gervais. Okay? This is a cup of piss that I filled up during that interview. I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to interrupt Ricky. I was enjoying talking to him. And this is a cup of piss.
Oh my God. What a professional. I didn't even see it happen.
Yeah, there's moments.
Oh my God.
I forget when I did it, but I was enjoying the talk and I knew that it would, but I had to pee
Travis,
bad.
make sure Kyle goes back and analyzes that interview video like the Zapruder film so we can try to find the moment that Jim pisses in a cup while we're talking to Ricky. What a move. What a move.
Jim, can I ask, why wouldn't you tell Ricky? He would love that.
Oh, I didn't. In all honesty, I probably could have. And I didn't think of it until we ended the. Because I pissed while he was in. Because he couldn't see us either, so I didn't want to cut him off. I'm pissing. I just did it and put it aside. You're right. He probably would appreciate
Sam,
that.
write that down for the next Ricky interview.
We will make sure he knows the next time. After I did it, I put the cup aside and we just kept talking.
Dude, that's the best part of the whole thing. The best part of the whole thing is you didn't. It's not that you piss in a cup. It's not that you wet the bed. It's not that you do any of this stuff. The best part of it, and the thing that makes you, is that you don't think it's interesting enough to tell anybody. Like, you're just like, oh, I just pissed in this cup and put it on my desk. Like, yeah, we're talking about other stuff right now. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the headline for most people.
You're probably right, and in all honesty, I did not. I did not think of it. It was one of those things where I was like, But I would have told him in a second. I just kind of forgot by the end of the interview.
Of course. It's not as important to you.
No.
Travis, I'm thinking that while we wait for our next guest to join us,
Who is running
and I'm
on
glad,
time, by the way.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
People running on time. It's actually going pretty smoothly, I'd have to say, right?
Knock on wood. This is very smooth.
Yep, the guests have been great. We did plan this out pretty well. Everybody did a lot of work for it.
Thank you.
So far, it's been going really, really well. But I'm thinking, since we've got a couple of minutes, why don't we play a video message?
There
why
are
don't
more
we
video
play?
messages. By the way, I'm pissing
There are
right
more.
now.
No,
Right now, I'm pissing right now.
you aren't.
Yes, I am. This whole last minute or so. That's
incredible.
I've been urinating.
There it is. Fill up the cup.
I'm like Howard Hughes, peeing into my fucking 2 cups. And
You know
just
what?
Continuing my day.
That's when we know we've thrown a great birthday party for Jim. That he so doesn't want to miss a moment.
Yeah.
That he's pissing in cups at his desk as he does the show. I mean, that's such a great, rewarding feeling, I think, for all of us.
You
I
can't
think, for the
shake
show.
properly though, so there's piss on my thumb, which is uncomfortable.
I do wish that we had gone back to the original formula, and we had. By the way, you drinking from the right cup?
I'm making very sure of that. Yeah, a quick sniff, and if
Take
it's
us
not
away.
piss, If it's not piss, I don't drink it.
Yeah, I do kind of wish though that we went back to the original COVID formula of having Travis and Troy in your apartment while this was happening, so that one of them could hold the cup for you.
Yeah, just shut up. Don't say anything. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Well, while we're waiting, let's play. Let's play the cameo that I was originally thinking we'd play after the next break. It's another comedian.
Oh,
cameo.
sure. Okay.
You know the one.
Yep.
Travis.
Yeah, we have time. Hang on.
And I think this one might surprise Jim most of all. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay. This cameo is it's actually from a comedian.
Okay.
/ television star, actually.
Okay.
And let's hit it. A cameo for Jim Norton.
Damn, James. You remember good times? Probably not. All right, your wife and 3 kids want me to say, 55. You know what? You probably do remember good times. 55 years old this week. Happy birthday. What do you need to be cheered up for? Oh, I understand. You got fat during the lockdown and you missed traveling from work. You sure this isn't Norton's family? Look at my neck. Thanks to fucking Norton kids. A pretzel. Trust me, we're all getting fucking fat. You'll stop eating. Fucking still on Zoom all day. Yeah, the only time you're happy is when annoying you with some chip. Annoying. Whoa. What do you mean? First of all, you got to send some. You can't do those for free. It costs $17 to do a chip impression in your home. But because it's your birthday, I'm going to allow it. I'm going to say, much obliged for being a fan. Yeah, we're all getting a little fucking fat. It's okay, James. Hang in there. Just stop eating. I got pretzels over there. You've inspired me to flush them down the toilet after I eat 6 or 7 more. I can't stop. Bread. Oh, because I'm lonely. We're all a little frightened. Bored, sitting in the house. Your wife and kids are driving you fucking nuts. It's so long. You know what he wants to do?
long.
He wants to tug
By
his
far the
pecker, but he
longest.
can't. So he's eating fucking cheese doodles. Jesus, While I'm he's right. on the road, he probably tugs his pecker on the computer and fucking.
he's
And
right.
now he's got to get a new addiction. It's okay.
Chip
We
is
all
right.
have it. We all like tugging our peckers. And then in the fucking pandemic, as I call it, a damn panic. It gets to be a little fucking boring and lonesome. So James doesn't know exactly what to do. 55 years old, just start losing the weight, that's all. Just stop eating. I know it's hard, but just fucking... You know what I do whenever I want to eat now? Sometimes I'll pinch my neck and go, Norton, you fat pig! And I do it until it hurts both of us, and then I don't eat. Happy birthday, though. I don't know what you're going to do. Do what I like to do. Take an M80, find a really old person, and tell them to hold it. It's candy. And they'll be like, "Arr!" and watch their fingers fly off. That's what I do. Cheers me up. God damn it, James. Cheer up and happy birthday. That's funny. Oh, that was
birthday
goddamn
from Chip
funny.
Chipperson.
Very funny. And I'll be honest, the goddamn Chip, he fucking hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Chip was right.
When I was watching that back, because there was some strategy that had to go into, like, you know, and some scripting and some editing and groups that were going, okay, mention this, don't mention that. We can't hit it too on the head, but it's got to be on the head enough that when he hears it back. And
that is funny.
I was so, when I heard the final product, I was so happy. And I'll tell you that out of all the cameos that we got, Chip goes literally twice as long as anybody else.
Yeah, I always try to get people
look,
their
I was
money's
entertained
worth.
the whole time. Yeah, I was entertained the whole time.
When
so I wouldn't
Chip
say too
says,
long.
"You sure this isn't Norton's family?"
I'm
like, "Yep, it is."
Wife and 3 kids.
Yep.
Doing Chip impressions at home.
God, that was really good.
Oh,
really
so
good.
Happy birthday from Chip Chipperson.
Chip, yeah, and that's even better. It's gonna upset him more that he'll realize who he was talking to, and he actually gave a real birthday shout out. That will upset him more than me.
Yeah, and the tug and the pecker stuff. I mean, it is true.
100% fucking fat Norton's eating because he wants to tug his pecker. You're not kidding. It's exactly what it is. Loser boy piggy.
Hit the nail on the head, huh?
Yeah. God damn it. Chip is good.
Well, how do you feel so far, Jim, about the
I feel great.
about the
This
celebration?
This is really fun. I'm loving this. Thank you guys. I'm loving this. This is really good.
Good. Yeah. It's
So many
tough,
guests.
I mean, it's tough to schedule a virtual Jimmy Day because if you remember Jimmy Days in the past, it was literally a parade thrown in your honor on the streets of New York City. So, it gets difficult, but we have done a lot already.
Yes.
We have a lot.
I'll be honest, the guests are getting better every time. We really did start at the bottom of the barrel. We got 3 out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. And I think that you'll be pretty psyched with our next guests that are scheduled to be joining us momentarily. But you know how Zoom and technology and everything
Do I have time
works.
to pee or no?
Nope.
Into the cup.
Yep.
Okay. I'll cup it.
Yeah. Cup it right now. I mean, you just pissed into the cup like a minute ago.
I know, but I'm not doing like complete pisses. I'm doing little ones.
It looks like the the video screens are starting to disappear from our staff, which usually means our guest is joining us next. Ladies and gentlemen, here to join us on Jim Norton's birthday, the next Jimmy Day guest to join the big party. As I stall a little bit to watch them join us. It's very exciting. Jim, I think you're going to be super happy with our next guest, the Osbournes. Sharon and Ozzy joining us for Jimmy's birthday. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys. How are you?
Happy birthday, my darling. We're good, Ozzy.
Well, I'm doing great. I'm getting there. I'm not still got a few hurdles to climb over, but I'm getting there slowly.
You both look great. I love the hair. I love your the hair looks awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my darling. So what are you doing to celebrate your birthday? Tell us.
I'm doing nothing. I might go out to eat later. I just.
I'll tell you what you should do, Jim.
What?
Stay in for a day.
Just take it easy. I'm going crazy. I'm literally going crazy. Stuck in that. Have you gotten out at all? Have you left at all?
No. Look.
Oh, the roots are coming through.
That's how long. I feel like fucking all part of the time. I do.
I've never seen your hair gray. I've never seen that before.
I don't like it, but I can't go out anywhere to get it done, you know.
Well,
I'm terrified of this bloody virus thing, you know.
Yeah, it's very scary. I mean, especially if you try to take care of your health. But
President Trump will see us all through this sort of thing.
Yeah, he'll take care of us all.
I hope so.
Just got in the mouth.
Where are you guys now? Are you in the States or are you over in England?
In the States.
Oh, you stayed on the West Coast.
We haven't gone out since.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw you was at your house. It was right before the new album came out.
Yeah. But you know, the producer got sick with the virus.
Did he?
Oh.
Yeah, Andrew what? He got.
But you know, people have got a misconception about it. I think that people think it's a super flu. It's not. This poor guy recovered from the virus, but he's still having problems. And that was it was one of the first people I know who had it, you know.
How old is he?
29.
And he's having.
Oh, wow.
He just phoned me the other day and said, I'm going to need some more time to recover.
Yeah, I know a couple people who've had it, and they said it really fucked them up. People young, too, 30, 35, not old people. And they said it was really
But can
brutal.
you believe these lunatics that have these covert parties? What's that all about?
Yeah, they just want to see. I think they either think they can't get it, or they think that if they get it, that they'll just be fine. I think they underestimate how sick they can get.
Yeah.
They think people get the impression it's like a super flu. It's not.
It's like a super pneumonia.
Yeah. Ozzy, did you ever think that you'd become the guy saying, "You kids, you need to stay at home"?
I don't listen. The reason why I say that because I'm sick and tired of being at home. But if I don't stay at home, this thing's never going to go away, and none of us are ever going to be able to go out. So saying that, I never thought the day would come when I would be saying that. But this thing's for real, man. It'll fuck you up, you know.
Have you had anybody to the house, or are you nervous to even let people in the house?
A few people come to the house, but I try and keep it down because it's I forget about me. I go, you don't come down to my house. I'll come to your house, and I go, well, what am I saying? I don't think about myself. You know what was kind of interesting the other day as well. I mean, that Black Lives Matter thing was great and all that. But there's still a pandemic, and there was just so many people protesting a poor guy who died's demise, and Black Lives Matter, not wearing a mask. What's the deal with not wearing a mask? I don't get it.
Yeah, any large gathering is scary. I don't think I've been in any group. I got into an elevator, and a woman's like, "Could you not get on? Because there's two of us." And I had on a mask, and she didn't. And I'm like,
No.
well, what the fuck?
Oh, my
You're not
God.
wearing a mask. I mean, I didn't. I stayed off the elevator.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want a viral video of me being an asshole to some lady on an elevator during a pandemic.
Beating her up.
Screaming, "You bitch, put a mask on!" You know.
It would
Pick
be
your
your luck,
battles.
wouldn't it, Jim?
Yeah,
It really
just
would.
good luck you'd get caught calling her an old whore or something.
Because everybody, it's amazing how crazy people act when they see the phone and they still, if you're arguing with somebody and you see the phone come up, just walk away because they're filming it and they're going to put it online. Don't sit there and argue.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to wind up a viral video.
It's crazy. I mean, this thing, people, and there are people that think it's all a hoax.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of think when the death count reaches like 100 and what is it, 38,000 or something?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it's very high.
And a hoax.
Yeah, and I guess, have you had the grandkids over? Like, you know, I know a lot of times people are afraid to be around the kids. Like, are you still able to see the kids or are you a little nervous?
Oh, yes and no. We get regularly tested. But every Monday is test day, you know, here.
We get tested every week because we have like the same 10 people around us.
But there again, that's no guarantee because somebody you can go anywhere and catch it. In fact, like on that 4th of July thing, there was some family that had a party and they infected like 87 people.
Yeah, it's crazy how people are still getting together. I mean, I'm shocked by it.
Can you believe me? I'm sounding fucking sensible.
What are you guys doing to not?
Don't forget, I was the original bat bite. I'm the poster boy for COVID.
Somebody was doing an Ozzy impression and they gave the world a disease.
No, but believe me, if Ozzy Osbourne's telling you to wear a mask, it's serious, man.
Yeah, I feel like you should be putting out PSAs.
You know what? I was talking to Tony Iommi. He's in England right now, and he says, people we experience the last of a thing because I think it'll be a long time before you have indoor gigs from now on. You won't see them anymore.
Well, they're doing comedy shows now in drive-in theater parking lots and outdoor things with social distancing and seats. So they're trying, but it's going to be very hard for a large concert to have thousands of people. I don't know how they're going to do that.
It is. It's going to be so hard. And even like when you do outside comedy shows in car parks or wherever it is, it's hard to get a vibe, isn't it? It's got to be so hard to try and get an atmosphere there.
Yeah, I haven't done one, but a lot of friends have done drive-in theater ones. And again, people are in their cars and they they beep the horn to laugh. It's awful.
But you know what?
Get out of here.
You know what? If we all got together and go, okay, there ain't a cure. So the only way they can do it is contain it and hopefully it'll dwindle away. By not going out and wearing masks and what they recommend you do. Because that's the only way right now. We got to knocking it down, you know.
Oh, do you remember when they said, don't worry, in the summer, this thing doesn't go in the heat. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, it does.
Wear a mask, don't wear them. I mean, it changes everywhere. But to be honest with you, I don't really think they know what it's totally about, you know. It's like a new thing.
And I'm okay wearing a mask. I mean, nobody likes it, but that's for a little while. It sucks.
Yeah, but some people need to wear a mask even without a
Yeah, I've actually gotten laid more now with the mask on. I'm actually doing better.
So what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing day to day when you're locked in?
Anyway, Jim.
When you're locked up.
Oh, Ozzy does a lot of. Oh, the sound keeps going.
Yeah, there was a delay, but I was just asking, like, what are you guys doing day to day to not get stressed out by all this stuff that's happening when you're locked up in the house?
Well, I do a bit of painting, a bit of
swimming,
exercise. I got a target range that I got a BB gun when I do use that. I just find things to occupy my mind. But Sharon,
I go driving around and looking at stores that I used to go in that are closed.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Didn't you feel the first time you went by a...
This one takes a million years for it to live in. Why no? Can somebody explain this? Why is it that when it gets really bad, toilet rolls are on demand? Do you get the raving shits with this stuff?
It is crazy that people are afraid that we're going to be using our own shirts to wipe our ass in 2 weeks. I never buy toilet paper, even when I need it, so I'm kind of used to not having it. Ozzy, what do you like to paint? What do you paint?
The wall, the door, the windows.
No, he does paint on the walls of his room where he does his artwork. He's got different things that he's painted, but it's usually on paper.
I just doodle. I'm not really good. You know, our friend Billy Morrison. Yeah. He's a great artist. He paints really good stuff. I said to him one day, "Do you ever paint for relaxation?" You know, you should give it a try. I'm like, I got to his art exhibition. And I was like, He said, "I never touched a paintbrush in my life." As you're a liar.
He's really great. Billy's stuff is good. I mean, I've gone to a couple of his exhibitions, and he makes a real living with it now. Like he actually sells it and makes real money.
Really a good artist. He said, text me the other day, and he said, I had to stop. I've done 40 paintings, and I can't sell them anywhere because I can't go out.
So they're just kind of stocked up in his house.
Yeah.
Do you?
You know, it's mind you, without a pandemic, I don't really go out much anyway. So it's not really I don't really feel it though.
And do you know what it is? Ozzy doesn't like to go out, but because you can't, before you couldn't go out, that's when he wants to go out.
Yeah, it's being stuck in the house with no recourse. It's the little things that you could do that you can't do.
But you know, when they tell you can't go out, I mean, I don't want to go out. When they tell me I can't go out, it's like the same people that feel you have to wear a mask. People go, don't tell me what to do. It's a free country.
You're right. They should go out and say, from now on, no masks. They're outlawed. And then everybody would wear a fucking mask.
That's right. That's true.
Well, I'm glad.
That's probably the right.
What's that, Ozzy? I didn't hear you.
But, you know, like there's holidays at 4th of July and Memorial Weekend. I watch the television, I go to Sharon, give it 2 weeks and there'll be a few small sick people. And sure enough, the virus took down a bunch of more people. I mean, I know it's inconvenient, and I know people get pissed off being stuck in the house all the time. But what else are you going to do to control, get this stuff?
Pickles, stop it.
That's actually my favorite. Those moments are my favorite part of this whole thing. The fact that we're doing all these like Zoom interviews now, and we're going into people's homes and stuff. The fact that we're interviewing you guys and we get to see the interaction with Pickles. I feel like that's the best part of this entire thing.
Ozzy named her, of course.
There's Pickles. Well, guys, we really appreciate you.
That's the best. The fact that, and I'm actually going to take your medical advice after seeing that.
Now you know. Listen, now you know why you call the Pickles.
Kill a dog.
Listen, guys, thank you for coming.
So, Jim, you have...
Jim, listen to us. Have the best day, if you can, whatever. You know it. I love you, man. Can't wait for this thing to be all over and we'll get together again. Have a chat. Stay safe,
you guys. Yeah, I love you guys too, and I'll see you as soon as this thing's over. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
The Osbournes, Ozzy and Sharon.
No. He's here.
Thank you, guys.
God bless, guys.
All right. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That was great.
That was great. And the Zoom held up for most of it.
Yeah.
The Zoom held up for most of it. Zoom is it's not there yet. But the fact that, by the way, and I didn't do it on purpose. While Ozzy was talking, I drank out of the wrong cup. There's a moment.
I was watching.
Did you see it? If you watch,
I saw you pick up the cup, and I'm like, I hope that's the wrong cup.
I took a sip and I put it back down.
I saw it.
I literally drank out of the wrong cup.
Do you understand the great content we've got now? Because not only do we have all this stuff as part of Jimmy Day, but we now have the story of the cup. We have the montage. We're going to have the first moments of the piss, the explanation, the piss drinking. Like, there's going to be a great montage to be put together to celebrate. I mean, the piss cup to me might be the best guest so far of Jimmy Day.
Yeah, I can't believe that I drank the wrong. And I was being very careful to not drink the. I'm like, I got to be careful, and I just drank. I'm like, oh, there's not much left in this, and I sipped it. And I'm like,
How great, by the way, is it? I mean, do you think about that you've got this guy, you've got Ricky, who on one hand, he's not a childhood hero of yours, but he's certainly somebody that you started as a fan, right? You started as a fan, just a fan of his show, and now you've got this personal connection where he's wishing you a happy birthday. Now we go a step forward. We've got Ozzy, who's literally closing out that phone call by saying, Jim, I want you to have a great birthday, and when things get better, let's get together again. I mean, that's got to be mind-blowing.
It really is, and I'm pissing right now, by the way. It really is.
We can take a break.
Oh, okay. I just did half a full cup. Let's take a quick break. It's amazing. I mean, thank you guys for doing all this.
By the way, Ozzy sounds great.
He sounds great.
Amazing.
And it's funny. I emailed Sharon and I texted him after like Nikki Sixx said that he wasn't doing too well. And he said, no, I'm doing okay, getting better slowly. And she said that, no, he's doing fine. He's great. And then you see them and he looks great. So I'm really happy that he looks
looks
so
great. He sounds great. He was quick. I mean, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a lot more fun to be had here on Jimmy Day. We're not done, not by a long shot, but we will take a break so that Jim can go empty out his cup and maybe get a new one.
Yep.
He'll continue to piss in it. We'll be back with more Jimmy Day here on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Stay tuned.
Who's the special birthday boy?
Jim Norton.
Jim Norton.
We'll return to the celebration in a few minutes.
Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95.
Hey everybody, it's Big J. Okerson.
Hey everyone, it's Dan Soder from The Bonfire.
Through all of this madness, there are still new episodes of The Bonfire coming out every Monday through Thursday.
6 to 8 p.m. Eastern from quarantine, but they're still brand new.
The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
So make sure you check them out, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Comedy Central Radio,
Sirius XM 95.
Or listen on demand on the Sirius XM app.
SiriusXM Stars brings you Gayle King in the House. Gayle is extending her invitation to join her in the house live every week to take your calls.
That's right, favorite listeners. I'm so excited to hear your thoughts every week on everything from what's happening in the news to the lighthearted, bright spots, stuff that makes us smile, makes us laugh. I want to hear your opinion from every part of the country. Call us.
Gayle King in the House.
Live Thursdays at 5 on the East Coast, 2 o'clock on the West. On SiriusXM Stars Channel 109.
Hey, Mike, how's the house coming along?
Needs a ton of work. The pipes are leaking. Needs a new roof. The AC just broke. I just don't have time to do it all myself. You know anyone?
Oh, just ask Home Advisor. They match you with the best local pros for any home project.
Cool.
Yeah, you can read reviews and book appointments online.
What's it cost?
Actually, Home Advisor is always free to use.
Nice. I'll check it out.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/XM. That's right, free, zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/XM. That's forhims.com/XM for your free online visit. forhims.com/XM.
This is good news. Maybe exactly when you need it to. Right now, Medishare is waiving their new member fees. This could save you money on top of all that you'll save each month by becoming a member of Medishare. So many people are looking for healthcare solution right now, seeing the cost of COBRA plans, for instance. And Medishare is the affordable alternative to health insurance. The typical family saves $500 a month, but you might save even more. Medishare is a Christian community that shares each other's healthcare costs, and because of the current economic situation, they're making it easier than ever. Apply by July 31st, and you'll save an additional $170 on your first month. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to receive your additional savings. Maybe now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have, and start saving. Here it is. Call 855-79-BIBLE. That's 855-79-BIBLE. 855-79-BIBLE.
Is working remotely the new normal? Have you been doing it that way with your business all along? Still using an answering machine? Did you know 85% of callers who only reach voicemail simply hang up? Build your business faster with Abby Connect. People prefer doing business with people, not machines. Abby Connect can start answering your calls today. For a limited time, get a 14-day free trial with no setup fees, no purchase necessary, and no credit card needed. Call now for your free 14-day trial. 800-984-4041. 800-984-4041.
Sirius XM, Channel 103. Fashion Talk.
Royalty reigns with limited edition Sirius XM channels from Prince, Queen, and the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Explore these channels and more now through August 13th on the Sirius XM app. For more information, go to SiriusXM.com/new channels.
When it comes to giving your child a quality education from home, experience matters. Online learning might be new for your family, but Laurel Springs School has been doing this for nearly 30 years. As the experts in online learning, Laurel Springs has the tools and the curriculum your child needs to maintain their learning unhindered by whatever the future holds. Their flexible learning programs, designed for students in kindergarten through 12th grade, offer challenging and diverse courses. And Laurel Springs School is accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges and Cognia, which means their transcripts are recognized by colleges and universities worldwide. Life can be unpredictable. Laurel Springs School is the online learning solution you can rely on for quality and consistency. Register your child at laurelsprings.com/SXM today and receive a waived registration fee. That's laurelsprings.com/SXM for your waived registration fee. laurelsprings.com/SXM.
Bill O'Reilly here for Home Title Lock. When life is in chaos, your home is your safe haven, your most valuable asset. Imagine losing your home to an online scammer. In an instant, you have no place to live and your home, your security, no longer yours. The crime is called home title theft. It happened to a friend of mine. It's one of the fastest growing crimes in the country, which is why you need Home Title Lock. The title to your home is online, where thieves can find it and forge your signature on a quitclaim deed. It then appears you sold your home. They can borrow against the house and leave you with payments. Your bank and insurance will not cover you, but you can avoid this nightmare with Home Title Lock. Please go to HometitleLock.com, register your address to see if you're already a victim, and use code RADIO for 30 free days of protection to help you through the crisis. That's code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com.
Does knee, back, or foot pain keep you from doing the things you love? Then you need Mighty Walk from Gravity Defy Medical Technology. Clinically proven to reduce foot, knee, ankle, and back pain up to 92%. Engineered for lasting pain relief from arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, and more. Mighty Walk's patented VersoShock sole absorbs shock and propels you forward with every step. And every pair comes with 3 specially designed insoles for comfort, alignment, and custom adjustability for the perfect fit and maximum pain relief. Try Mighty Walk risk-free for 30 days, and if your feet still hurt, return them for a full refund and keep the insoles. A $50 value is our gift. Get back to doing the things you love pain-free. Right now, enjoy a $30 savings and get free shipping from Gravity Defy. Just go to gdefy.com and use code RADIO. That's GDEFY.com, code RADIO. gdefy.com, code RADIO.
Sirius XM, Channel 103. Faction Talk.
Hey, it's Covino and Rich, live every day on Faction Talk Channel 103. We're having a lot of fun, but also having some real good conversation.
And some really cool guests. You never know who's going to zoom in or stop in on the show.
The great Kevin Bacon.
Don Cheeto. Howie Mandel.
The
great Dennis Quaid.
Henry Winkler. What's up?
So don't miss out on it. We want you to stop by.
Every morning, 11 a.m. East, 8 a.m. out here on the West Coast on Faction Talk 103.
The most inclusive and most interactive show on radio.
We guarantee you will laugh.
This is Jim Gaffigan. SiriusXM has decided to give me my own channel. I didn't think he had that much material. The Jim Gaffigan Channel. All Jim Gaffigan, all the time, every day. Featuring comedy from my albums, never heard before interviews. Plus, a bunch of surprises. The Jim Gaffigan Channel, streaming now, online, and on the SiriusXM app. Listen at home with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, or however you stream in the house.
Hey, Granddad, want to play catch?
Sorry, buddy. I wish I could, but my feet hurt too much.
Are aching feet keeping you from enjoying life? Then get Mighty Walk from Gravity Defy Medical Technology. Clinical studies show the VersoShock technology in the Mighty Walk reduces foot, knee, ankle, and back pain up to 92%. Engineered to reduce impact and relieve joint pressure, Mighty Walk from Gravity Defy comes with 3 specially designed insoles for comfort, alignment, and adjustability. With wide and extra wide widths available, it's the perfect shoe for comfort, support, performance, and pain relief.
So, who's ready to play catch?
I am, Granddad!
Try Mighty Walk for 30 days, and if your feet still hurt, return them for a full refund. And keep the insoles, a $50 value. Save $30 and get free shipping from Gravity Defy when you go to gdefy.com and use code RADIO. That's GDEFY.com, code RADIO.
To adapt to this changing world, folks are buying more stuff online than ever before. If you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready to meet the demands of the new delivery culture? Be ready with ShipStation. It's the fastest, easiest way to ship. In just a few clicks, you can manage orders, print labels, and get your product into the hands of happy customers. All from a simple, easy-to-use interface. ShipStation gives you the best rates available with all major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, and UPS. With ShipStation, online sellers of any size get the huge discounts usually reserved for big Fortune 500 companies. It's simply the best shipping solution for you and your customers. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice for online sellers. You can try ShipStation free for 60 days completely risk-free. Get your company ready for the demands of delivery culture. Visit ShipStation.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the page and type in XM. That's ShipStation.com. Offer code XM. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
In today's environment, business owners are discovering every day that their insurance doesn't cover things like COVID-19, active shooters, or losses caused by riots and looting. And to make things worse, these same business owners often become the victims of frivolous lawsuits. At X Insurance, we offer custom commercial liability policies that cover almost anything may be a potential problem for business owners, no matter the risk or history. And in the event that you become the target of unscrupulous lawyers, we aggressively fight them on your behalf. We're the very best at what we do, and we've been doing it for more than 40 years. We offer same-day quotes and solutions, so call us today, or have your agent call us, and we can work with them to fill any gaps in your existing insurance policy. Regardless, Let's make sure your exposure is eliminated and that your business stays in business. For more information, visit xinsurance.com. That's xinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Jim and Sam's socially distant Jim Norton birthday extravaganza.
Yeah! Welcome back. It's Jimmy Day. We celebrate today the birth of Jim Norton. Technically, the birthday itself happened over the weekend, but still,
Sunday,
now is the time. Now is the time to celebrate. We've done so much celebrating already, and still so much more to come. We're not done yet. Not by a long shot. Of course, the best gift that you can give Jim Norton is to vote for Chip Chipperson at tournamentoflaughs.com. Or where can they text Chip Chipperson to?
735-96. Text Chip. 735-96. And I really did.
I love it.
Drink my own piss while talking to Ozzy Osbourne. Just a sip. And if you go back and watch the video, you'll see a moment where I'm talking and I sip, and then I put the thing and I get the other. It was just a sip, but it was like. Oh.
So funny.
How good did Sharon look? She looked unbelievable.
She looked amazing. Amazing.
So did Ozzy. Great. They look great.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, they
great.
both look great. Actually, speaking of looking great, I think we have a couple of minutes before our next guest. Yes. To play a video message. This one coming from a friend of the show's, Jim.
Okay.
Before somebody who... Mike Montone has done a lot of good man on the street work for us, but we do have an official, and she still is the official Jim and Sam person on the street correspondent.
Oh, good.
Who, we thought, just based on timeliness, it would be better if she just recorded a message because, everybody's doing a real good job of keeping to a time schedule.
Yeah.
Even in the era that we're living in, I can't guarantee that that would be the case for this
Jim,
next guest.
Happy 52nd birthday. I love you so much. I hope you enjoy your day and have more beautiful, blessing days to come. I can't wait to see you. I miss you so much, babe. Happy birthday.
It's very
She showed
sweet.
her ass at the end.
And she put it towards her ass, and unfortunately, the record button went off. we missed the hiney, but that was very nice. Thank you, Mary Jean.
How great does Mary Jean look, huh?
Amazing. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, she's getting her hair done during quarantine and everything, but I guess it would help when you own the salon. I think you're allowed to.
Yeah, when that's your thing, you have a way of getting it done.
Yeah. So, it's all very exciting. I hope
What
that...
a fun day.
Yeah. I know that when we first started this, you were a little weary of a celebration of this magnitude all around you, but you must be enjoying yourself.
It's amazing.
I mean, you
of
drank
course.
your own piss on accident.
Dude, I pissed talking to Gervais and drank it talking to Ozzy.
Come on.
Two of my favorite people on earth.
And your favorite beverage.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, wait till you see what I'm eating. And it's been awesome. And I was happy that Patton called in. I wish his Zoom connection was a little better because it was very... It's a really weird delay. And with Ozzy and Sharon, I got used to it very quickly. Like you can see, and I know that Ozzy's talking. I'm like, all right, it's going to come in a second.
I'm just waiting
everybody's dealing with it, though, right? Everyone's dealing with this shit.
I think so, yeah. It's not just us. I think that for our next... I wouldn't be shocked if, like, for our next guest or whatever, we'll talk to them, they'll hang up, and you'll be like, yeah, I just took a shit on this baking pan. Because I didn't want to leave the interview.
Well, it's Chip's next video.
Yeah, I just got to remember, one has the brownies, one has my shit. I can't
Zanya.
mix them up.
Yeah, I should call Colin after this, by the way, because I always have to be prepared for another week, even if they're not going to use it. The one I have done for the next one, I think people will really like. Like, I'm really happy with that one.
I feel like Colin is a great writer for Chip because, I mean, so much of what remember when he was going through that spot when he was like the best follow on Twitter, when he was just, tweeting out the most awful, stupid, stereotypical things that you can tweet out. I feel like that is the side of Colin's brain that could really help amplify Chip and take him to the next level.
He loves Chip. Yeah, Colin really, one of the hardest laughs I've ever had. was Colin's message. Colin left me a message where I literally laughed until I cried. He left me a message about how Chip is ruining the word chip and how he's trying to go about his day. And I was so happy that he had to disrupt his day for this asshole character. Yeah, so Colin has loved Chip since way, way from the beginning.
Yeah, if you've missed any of the shows so far, and by the way, we should probably talk to the staff or whoever we have to talk to about seeing if we can get this entire show on video posted on the app, not just segments, because, I mean, there's no part of this show that you would really cut out so far, but we've had Colin Quinn, we've had Rich Voss, Bob Kelly, Patton Oswalt, Ricky Gervais, Ozzy and Sharon. We've had video messages from Sean Paul, Mike Boschetti, Chip Chipperson, Dennis Falcone joining us in the beginning.
He did.
Mary Jean, of course, we just heard from.
Sure.
And still more to come. So if there's any that you missed, this show will be up on demand real quickly on the SiriusXM app. You don't want to miss any of it at all. As well as, of course, getting to see Troy trying not to. Troy, are you wearing pants today? That's the question. Did you wear pants? It's a special occasion.
I actually put pants on for Jim's birthday.
Thank you, Troy. That was very kind.
That's huge. Wow, that's huge.
It's wrapping the present.
Big.
Are you happy that I drank my own urine?
I am, yeah. Because I was waiting for it. I'm so glad. And it couldn't have happened at a better time.
It was a tiny, because I had taken one cup and dumped it into the other, so it was empty in case I needed it. And there was still a little in it. And it was just, I was like, oh, fuck. I knew I'd have to mention that after.
So when you're peeing, though, and you have to stop, are you pinching the helmet to stop it, or are you trying to shut it off another way?
I shake a little. I do shake. You don't want to pinch the helmet too hard, because that's when the hole goes like, ugh. So like you would pinch your dick and the hole opens in your mouth.
What a dream, though. Drinking urine while talking to your childhood hero who's wishing you a happy birthday.
It's just awesome.
I mean,
it's fucking awesome. It doesn't.
We should also, while we have a sec, the SiriusXM talent department did a lot to help us out. Jared was helping us out a lot. I think Ross was helping us out. Jim McClure, of course, did a lot to help us out. And goes without saying that Roland of course was working overtime over there in Arizona. I talked to him on the phone, and he told me that the talent department threw all the hard ones to him. I don't know if that's just him giving himself the old Patsky on the back. And he said that all the tough ones they made him do, and he said he knocked it out of the park every time. And so far, he is only hitting home runs, so you can't call him a liar, can you?
Yeah, thank you to McClure, and thank you to the talent department and you guys for putting it all. I don't accept gifts well. I never feel good about it. I always feel like I don't deserve it. But everybody worked really hard, and it's very appreciated. So thank you guys so
I've
much.
never had Roland call me more.
Really?
Than like the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
The 2 weeks this has been going on?
Oh, God, more than 2 weeks.
Oh, we've been planning this for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This has been going on for a while.
This has been in the works. Yeah. I had a phone conversation with Roland actually yesterday, but I think it was just a victory lap. Like he just wanted to take a victory lap.
Yeah, I had the same conversation.
He just called me up and told me, enjoy the show tomorrow, man. I'll be listening. And I was
thank you, Roland.
You're just taking a victory lap.
Yeah, he's just patting himself on the back.
He's earned it. He gets a victory lap. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Well, let's see. I mean, we're still waiting on,
You would think that I feel like even if everything goes to shit now, it's still,
it's still awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
still been a good 2/3.
Well, if nothing goes according to plan from here on out, it's still a triple that somebody brought home. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're still scoring.
True.
Sure.
True.
I mean, to organize all these people in one day.
Yeah.
And in one segment, one morning, is very, very impressive.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do.
Especially when some of us are, on the island.
That's true.
You're talking about Mike. You're saying that the real credit goes to Mike Montone for making the time for us today.
Captain Mike Montone.
Hey, we get to enjoy our island vacations after we work hard for a couple weeks to put together.
Yeah.
So,
a man of leisure.
You're in your Hawaiian shirt, your sailor's cap. Is that what the Montones as a family are all going to be wearing? Is John Montone going to be wearing that, or is he just wearing? I picture John Montone everywhere in the house just wearing 10-10 wins swag. That's how I picture him.
No, Sam, we're a Sirius XM family around here. My mother actually drinks her morning coffee out of a chip mug.
Oh, good for mom. Start the day off with a smile. That's nice.
Yeah, it's completely infected. All right. Yeah, this is a Jim and Sam household, not a 10-10 wins household by any.
That's good.
Imagination.
That's good. By the way, I still have my Christmas gift here on the Not Sam studio table. It is broken from when I threw it because I didn't want it, and I stand by that throw. But I do have it displayed here, and the handle is somewhere around here. I didn't.
It's
throw
still
the
drinkable.
pieces out.
You don't even need the handle to hold it and just take a sip of laughter.
That's true. Yeah. Or I piss in it if I need to. If I get real excited, like if the Undertaker shows up, I'll just piss in this thing so I don't have to miss any of it.
Would you have pissed into a cup if you were talking to the Undertaker?
Yeah. And then if something had happened, I would have. If they were like, "Look, you got to empty the cup before the Undertaker leaves," I'm like, "Yeah, I better drink it then because I don't want to miss any of this."
I don't want to miss any of this.
I get it. Yeah, I get it that when somebody like Ozzy is on the show to wish you a happy birthday, that is, I mean, it takes you back to being a kid and being excited, and that's what I refer to as piss drink energy.
Yeah,
where you might,
is.
all the butterflies are going, and you're excited, and all the emotions are happening, and you might accidentally drink your own piss because you're not thinking clearly. I get piss drink energy.
I want to see his paintings. I want to see what he paints.
I was going to ask, do you want an Ozzy painting?
Sure. Yeah. No. I would hang that up.
I don't think Sam would pee in a cup. I don't think he would take his penis out knowing that there are other men on video next to him.
Yeah, he's really weird about that.
Nobody, you're right. Nobody would see it. I knew I had to do it.
Doesn't matter. I think Sam would just pee his pants instead.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to take it out in front of anybody.
Yep.
So I just let it hey guys, I need you to know my chair and pants are soaked in urine.
Goes back to Uncle Dave, but I think that's what you would do.
It sure does. Yeah, he'd squat over a bucket, make a piddle, because he was always told to pee like a girl around Uncle Dave. He would get a beating if he stood to pee, get punched in the breadbasket.
That would be an odd choice. That would be an odd
to what?
choice.
Just pee your pants?
Yeah, just piss all over myself.
Yeah.
Maybe. Although there was the one time, and I told the story on the air when it first happened, but it was years ago, when I left the house, I left wherever I was without going to the bathroom, and I should have, and ended up getting caught in traffic, and I got to the point where I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it home. And I had like a little Nalgene bottle with me or something, so I pulled over to pee in the Nalgene bottle, but I didn't line things up correctly, and I ended up getting piss all over not only my pants, but completely all over the car seat, and had to find urine remover to get out of the canvas of my Jeep seats. And obviously you don't want to tell anybody that all that happened, but Jess got home. She was like, where are you? I was like, oh, I'm at Bed Bath & Beyond. What are you doing at Bed Bath & Beyond? I had to get urine remover. Why'd you have to get urine remover? All right, I'll tell you the story. I pissed all over my car seat, okay? Right?
Yeah, it happens. It does happen.
Yeah. I was gonna have emergency,
When you gotta pee, you gotta pee. I can hold it for a while, as you know, but it was I didn't want to be uncomfortable. So I didn't want to be fucking. I didn't want to feel shitty, throughout those.
Right? No, you should have pissed in the cup. By the way, don't get tired on us now. Don't be Jimmy too much birthday. Don't be Jimmy too
there's
much
always
birthday.
those little moments where I dip. You know how it is. I always get those little moments of I'm a little tuckered out.
Well, that's okay. We're in a dip right now. We'll come right back up at some point, because we still got multiple guests.
We do? Okay.
Scheduled. Yeah. So even if we're delayed with one, we'll have others that are on the way. I guess in the meantime, I could go to my polling case of emergency tab. There are more video messages that we could play.
Really?
Should we go to my my backup pile?
Yeah, sure,
I think we could. Let's not what I mean. We can make small talk all we want, but this is a celebration. This is Jimmy Day, and there are people that want to celebrate Jimmy. There is a certain reality show participant that wanted to say hello and happy birthday to Jim Norton. And our staff had to go above and beyond to make sure that we secured this one on time. But,
okay.
Okay.
But our staff our staff, who I will point out afterwards, did go above and beyond, and we did procure this video message for you, Jim. And I think that it'll make your day.
Hey, little Jimmy, what's going on? It's Stars. I'm so excited to be here because this was booked by the boys, and you know I love the boys, and I know you guys are all friends, and you're turning 55. I'm super excited. I hope it's not related because I'm here in honor of you, and I hope that you made big birthday wishes because you deserve them all. I'm so honored to be here in this moment for you. You're the best, my little Jimmy. I love you, and I love the boys. Thank you guys for booking this for our guy because he rocks, he rules, and thank you for being, the favorite for me, and I'm loving you along the way. Thank you for being such an amazing fan and loving my journey because I'm here in honor of you always and forever. You've always gone on and on and on about how beautiful and elegant I am, but I'm just so excited to just honor you. Thank you for making me smile, making me feel so beautiful because you are so deserving. And, I guess when I least expect it, the right guy will come. I'm glad I closed the chapter on those last two because I deserve so much better. And, thank God I'm staying strong and honoring me and my daughters and, having beautiful, amazing people in my life like you. So cut that cake on the bias, little Jimmy, because you know how to do it the best. I love you and continue to make all your big wishes because I'm here for you always and forever. Love you, little Jimmy.
That was great.
That was Darcy
Can I tell
from
you?
90 Day
Holy
Fiancé. Darcy.
Fuck, is she sexy?
And let me
did
tell you
get that?
something.
I can't believe, like on TV is different than just a message like that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
How
she looks
sexy.
good.
Oh,
And there were multiple moments where she was purposely letting top titty come out. Like, did you notice when
Yeah.
she would put her arm up and she would let her shirt come down? She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She had those
Oh shit, Troy dropped out for a second.
What? I think Troy was dropped out because we have our next guest ready to celebrate. Our next guest ready to join the Jim Norton party. We can go ahead and put him in the room. Another person that's known Jim forever. This is probably the person that's known you the absolute longest of anybody that we'll have on the show. Stainless steel. I'm just kidding. I would never have him back on the show. But Jim Florentine, everybody.
Florentine.
Jim Florentine is here to celebrate Jim Norton on Jimmy Day. What's going on, dude?
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, Jim. I texted you yesterday. Actually, it's funny. I was texting you. I called you and texted you yesterday. I was thinking of you.
I was on TV yelling at DirecTV when you called.
Why?
Because I used to have the Oxygen channel. And all of a sudden in my package, they made it another level. So I have to pay $16 a month extra for the Oxygen channel.
Do you want
I was
it?
very annoyed.
Why do you want the Oxygen channel?
They have those crime shows on there. I know it's ridiculous that I'm paying. I told the lady, I go, it's embarrassing that I'm arguing that I'm going to pay $184 for the rest of the year for Oxygen when I used to have it for free.
Did you get it?
That's what I was doing when you called. I was arguing with them. I'm like, why am I arguing over $184 for the fucking year?
Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah, of course. That's what my life has become. And I'm on the phone like a fucking, a middle-aged woman yelling why I don't get the Oxygen channel for free.
Do you know how much I pay? You know how much I pay you guys a month, and I don't get Oxygen? Oxygen should come standard.
Because it was standard, and then they just put it at another level. I'm like, what happened in a channel that all of a sudden it's
It is annoying though. On principle, on general, it's fucking you $184. It is irritating.
I said, look, I've been with DirecTV for 12 years. I think I'm the longest customer ever. I go, and you're going to fuck it. I didn't upgrade this. She goes, oh, it's a special offer. And it expired. I go, for 12 years? It was a special offer.
I would love to know, though, like, what other channels do you get with Oxygen? Like, did they give you Oxygen and Lifetime and Oprah and, like, all the women's
they said
channels?
there's some other channels with it. I go, I don't care. I don't know those channels, and I never watched them before, so it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care that I'm getting 4 other new channels.
So it's a package. They try to fuck you by making it a package, but you only want the one channel.
They took it. They've had it on there for free for like 12 years. And they just all of a sudden moved it to another level.
Well,
so, dude, I was texting you about the Dan Snyder. Was it worse or better than you thought it was going to be?
What?
I think that they supposedly Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, put this thing out that it was going to be this huge bombshell, and it wasn't that bad.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So I think they did that on purpose to try to keep away. He's like, listen, I'm changing the Redskin name after all these years. I fired those 3 creeps that were doing that stuff. And then, so leave me alone, basically. So I think he gets a pass on this.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Do you think that his team made it look so much worse so people would hear it and go, oh, that's...
Yeah, definitely, because they had every sports writer going, wait till you hear this thing. You think the Redskin name change was a controversy. Wait till you see this bombshell. And there was rumors out there that the owner, Snyder, was paying off the refs to win games.
Yeah, and Epstein and fucking... It sounded like too much. Do you know what tipped it off that it wasn't going to be that bad? When you heard the headline was the toxic environment. And I'm like, that's not sex crimes shit or paying refs toxic environment. That's just a term for a work situation that's shitty.
I've been to a Redskin game before, and I've sat in a box. My brother knows a guy that owns a box there. And what the cheerleaders do, they come, and I've been to Dolphin games too in those skyboxes. The cheerleaders, they bring cheerleaders by to go, fucking talk to the guys, the creepy men in there that are watching the game. How are you? Good. You want a picture? And they take a picture with her. They don't drink or anything like that, but they're eye candy to hang out in the box for like 10 minutes because they're paying $250,000 a year for that box. My son Luke got a picture with them last year, the Redskin the cheerleaders that came in. He was all embarrassed. I think he got his first rod.
How do they look in person? Those little, they look good, right?
Yeah, they look good because they're like 22, 25. They're not 16-year-olds. So they're women.
Yeah.
Right. Florentine, I'm glad that you're here because we had a bunch of guests on to surprise Jim. Jim didn't know we were doing any of this. We were having everybody that Jim would just get a kick out of. We wanted to have them on his birthday, so we first had Ricky Gervais on, right? And Jim got so excited to talk to Ricky that he had to piss, but he didn't want to leave, and he didn't time it right because he didn't know who was coming on. So unbeknownst to us, he took a solo cup and he pissed in the cup under the desk so we couldn't see while he was talking to him.
Well, hold on. It wasn't pure excitement. It wasn't like I was like a ferret. He was like, we were talking for like 40 minutes and I had to whiz and Ricky couldn't see us. So I wanted to just whiz in the cup and not interrupt the interview. So I pissed in a cup.
And you didn't know the schedule. So you didn't know,
what was going
on. Then the real excitement kicked in because after Rick, so now he's got 2 cups on his table. He's got a water cup and a piss cup. And Ozzy comes on next. And while Jim is talking to Ozzy and Ozzy's sitting there going, oh, Jimmy, so good to see you. He took a sip from the piss cup.
Dude, I told them after I have 3 cups. 1 is water, 2 has piss. And I dumped 1 piss cup into the other. Dude, it really wasn't on purpose. I was just talking and I'm not checking my phone or anything. And I just took a sip and I realized so I put it back. And then after the interview, I told them I had fucking done it. But there's a moment during the Oz interview I drank my own piss.
How much did you have? Just like a little taste?
Teeny sip because there was not much in the cup. And that's why I thought it was water. Because there was so little left. I thought it was my last sip of water. And I'm like, but it was I chose not to make it known. It would have been too weird.
That's great.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be too known.
We were at Ozfest one time. My friend Steve, the drunk guy Steve.
Yeah.
He gets really low. So we're in the parking lot tailgating, and we pissed in a cup, and then we handed it to him for another beer because we were drinking like draft beers. We were pouring them in solo cups. And he drank the piss in front of us. He was so drunk. He made a face when he first drank it, like that. But then he kept drinking. It was like 100 degrees out, and he just thought it was a warm beer. And we watched him drink the whole thing. It was one of the highlights of my life.
That's great that he took a sip. But you guys were smart enough to know he doesn't know. We can't sell this yet. Because if we sell it now, we could get him to drink the whole cup.
And he drank the whole. He made that face like And I just kept drinking. I'm like, yeah, I know. Just keep babbling to him, like distract him.
How did he finally find out?
We told him the next day. He was furious.
Drink the whole cup.
Yeah.
There's just something about Ozzy, I guess. You're at Ozfest, Jim's talking to him.
Yeah.
There's just something about Ozzy that people start drinking their piss.
How's Barstool? How's Barstool?
It's great, man. I haven't been in studio since whole lockdown and stuff. I just said stay home. If you could do it from home, just stay home because you can only allow certain many people. I guess in an office space now in New York, whatever it is, 25%, whatever it is. So I'll just stay home and do the stuff. So it's going great.
Yeah, it's easy to do from the house, right?
Yeah, I could do it right from the house, the radio show, the podcast. Plus, I do my show on Ozzy's Boneyard. I could do right from my house, too.
Yeah.
So,
Barstool handled the cancellation threats better than most people. They were trying to get Barstool for a second. They were digging up old footage and trying to start the tidal wave. But the thing about Barstool is it's always been what it is. Like, there's not like there. So the way that people
You're not catching them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, this is what we've been doing. Like, sorry, like I probably wouldn't say that now, but I said it then. It's not a mystery.
The thing about Portnoy that's good is he will. There's a couple of times where he's come out and went, "All right, look, we had to let that guy go," or what? Like I talked to my staffers and I'm sorry that. So he's like, he feels like he's very legit because if there's something that feels really wrong, he'll actually come out and go, "All right, that kind of felt fucked up." So he seems very sincere. So when he doesn't bend, that he really feels like he shouldn't bend. He handles it probably better than anybody.
He's great because he does it right away. And it was funny at the end. He goes, "Look, I don't cancel you. You don't cancel us. I cancel you." It's so bad. He doesn't give a shit.
There was a quote that came out. I think he told Variety or something. His quote was that Barstool is uncancelable.
So yeah.
He's right. What are they going to do? I mean, it's got fans. What are you going to do? Tell the fans not to enjoy
They got
it?
their built-in audience, and nothing's going to. So if Coke doesn't want, thinks they're too controversial to, do ads on there, they get a million other ads. They know they got a young market there. They got all those High Noon. Is that those vodka and soda drinks? They're huge with young kids. That's a big sponsor over at Barstool and stuff. They know their audience. If you lose one sponsor, another one's going to jump right on. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, they're just too big, and they're too consistently good. But I love how he handles that shit because the fact that a couple of times he said, that's kind of, shows you that he's thinking about each one. His reactions are very, he's just very genuine.
There's a guy on there, Sean Latham. He's a comedian. He's on Barstool, and he does a cooking show, like a 20-minute show, whatever, like a video thing. And I guess Dave's on vacation in Nantucket. And Sean just tweeted at him instead of emailing him. He goes, hey, Dave, what do you think about me coming up to Nantucket and you doing my cooking show? And then he just quote tweeted. He goes, I've never said no quicker in Barstool. To his own employee. I've never said no to something quicker than in Barstool history.
Hey, in terms of parties, we're here to celebrate Jim Norton. Florentine, what party do you think is a better party? This? Are you pissing right now, Norton?
I'm shaking the head. And if it wasn't Jim, I wouldn't even let you know. But yeah, I just pissed in the cup.
See, now I feel like we've created a monster because the first time it was out of necessity, but we literally took a break right before you were on, Florentine. So I feel like now Jim is there's just a luxury now. He's like, wait, I could just piss into the cup the whole show. I'm never gonna stop.
Perfect.
But what I
still
was
got
asking
a great bottle of my car that I piss in.
You do, right?
Yeah. Because you never know if you're stuck in traffic or whatever. You just, or I'm driving, I don't feel like stopping.
Yeah.
We used to do that week tour with Bob Levy. We'd piss in like a solo cup, and Bob would be in the passenger seat, and I'd fill it right to the brim, and then I hand it to him. Bob, hold this. Come on, hold it. I have it right in his face. A cup of hot piss. I just hold it for a second. I go, well, I'm going to spill it on you. You better hold it.
I'm going to drop it. I'm letting go. If your hand isn't holding this thing, it's going to fall all over
just
you.
Hold it for a second. I just want you to feel the warmth.
What the fuck? Why do I fucking get a half drunk with a cigarette?
Hey, Florentine, what party do you think is better? This party that we're throwing for Norton on the air, or the party from White Chicks Inc. When it was grab a hottie and join the party?
That's a close one. Man. Probably this one.
This is a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. You guys mentioned you wanted to screen that movie and watch it and make fun of it. So I went home for 5 months. I've been cleaning out everything. I cannot find that movie. I thought I had DVD copies of it. I don't have any copies.
Yep, Sam.
I have a copy.
You got a copy?
I got a DVD of it. I'll make you a copy of it if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I had like 10 copies that I was going to bring it in. We got back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I found somebody was able to. I can't remember. Yeah, somebody had a copy of it, and they reached out to me, and I was like, "Yeah, send it to me." So I got to. I put it somewhere in the house, but I have it somewhere. I haven't even watched it yet because I don't. I kind of want to figure out how we're gonna do it together. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Parami died too. That's a shame, right? Jeff Parami passed away recently. Such a good guy, man.
Dude,
funny motherfucker, and he was in that movie. He played Dr. Mabutu. Or Magatu was his name?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
Look
Bert?
who's here.
Hey, what's up? I didn't know it was going to. Wait, who died?
Oh, no, it's a comedian we knew named Jeff Parami. He was, we knew him for many, many years. Really funny dude. And he was in this independent film we shot 15 years ago. Terrible movie, 20 years ago.
Let's give the introduction. Bert Kreischer has joined the Jim Norton birthday party. Bert Kreischer is here for the celebration for Jimmy Day.
Happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday.
Pal. Thanks, Bert.
I missed that as a bit too.
Oh yeah, people still say it. Yeah, happy birthday. Once in a while, I still get it. And people get your birthday. I'm like, no, it's an old thing.
I've been binging old O&As lately. Just I don't for whatever fucking reason, and that recklessness I miss a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was because you could kind of do anything back then, and I miss it too. Just the freedom and like. Coming in, not knowing what was going to happen, stuff that would get you fired today in a minute.
That's why I want to bring up this next subject. When people commit suicide, do you go to their profile and see if they followed you?
No, I wonder how they did it, and can I figure out a way to make it better where it won't hurt? No, if they commit suicide, I'm assuming they did follow me. I'm hoping I contributed.
School shooters. Fucking anyone that shows up in the news, I go, I wonder if they're one of my fans.
Oh, yeah. Have you found anyone?
Some guy was on some crime show and he was wearing that Metal Show shirt. He wiped out his family. I'm like, oh, man. Thank God the show's
my favorite thing ever still is that episode of To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. And they left it in the show where Chris Hansen busts the guy. And the guy's like, oh, man. I know who you are. And he's like, oh, you've seen Dateline before. He was like, yeah, you were really good on Opie and Anthony. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, an Opie and Anthony
Predator
fan.
isn't
Chris Hansen.
No, it's Chris Hansen from O&A.
It was great. Yeah.
What an insight, though, of someone who does something horrible just to be like, you know what? I was never a Florentine fan. I'm going to fuck his career up. They're going to take me out in cuffs with a big fucking Jim Florentine shirt.
Yeah, before you go on your spree.
I always hated Bruce Springsteen as a kid for some reason because I was a metalhead. So I said, if I ever commit suicide, I'm gonna leave a note and blame it on Bruce Springsteen, one of his songs. I always had that in my head. If I ever do it, I'm gonna blame it. I'm gonna pick out one of the songs that made me do it.
Why not? Dude, I'm always shocked that people don't leave a note when they kill themselves. Do you realize I probably would end up falling asleep after the millions of notes I wrote going, you know what, I don't have time to kill myself. I got to work on this note.
It's got to be better. Hey, Bert, are you on the road? Because you said you were going to go out and do like these like movie theater or movie parking lot shows. Have you done any of the drive-in shows? Yeah.
Yeah, we just did. I'm setting up another tour. It was fucking awesome. It was so much fun. I will tell you this, and I only say this because I was reckless telling everyone how great it was. It's not for every comedian. I think you got to be a comedian that rips his shirt off and your fans like to get blackout drunk. Right. Like, it's so like I can see Dimitri Martin not enjoying these shows.
Sure.
But I love it, man. Doors open at 7, so they let everyone come in and park. Everyone starts tailgating. Everyone's setting up couches and inflatable mattresses. Like as far as Jim and myself and guys I could tell, they're fucking awesome. They are awesome. big pops. Everyone's outside their car watching it. You got a 90-foot by 90-foot screen. They're doing a 3-camera shoot. So they're, in essence, watching your special while they can also see you. It's just like doing, I guess, like doing an arena. I've never done an arena, but there's so much fucking fun. I'm doing more of them.
What about the rain? Has it rained or no?
Has not. Jim, I got very, very lucky.
You did.
Has not rained. There has not been lightning. There hasn't been, when I was out, there wasn't a huge uptick in outbreaks, so everyone was allowed to like be outside their car. I've got my fingers crossed for this next run that we'll have the same luck. But I mean, we watch beautiful sunsets every night. Dude, I did stand up. I don't know why I think you guys will be into this, but I did stand up at the drive-in movie theater that they shot Outsiders at, where Cherry Valance met Tony Boy Curtis.
Wow.
Where is that?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. That's great. And it's still operational.
Yeah, and it was so cool to like just go and see. Like, it was just such a neat. I don't know why that movie just meant a lot to me.
Yeah,
but yeah, they were awesome, man. I really, really enjoyed them, and I wish. I know Gaffigan did them. I think if I'm not mistaken, Gaffigan's doing more. But like I said, they're not for everyone. If your stand-up's a little precious, and you can't go with the flow, and you need it to be a certain way, it's not the ideal location.
What do you
my brother just saw Gaffigan. Gaffigan did a show in Jersey at a racetrack on Sunday. He said it was great, but he had it wired in the car like a drive-in movie where the sound was in the car, so everybody was in their cars.
Yeah, apparently Jersey shifted their rules and said that they weren't letting people out of the cars, but they weren't really policing it. And I don't think you're going to be able to keep my fans in a fucking car.
No, I'm doing a Jersey show Saturday night in a field, and they're going to be outside in chairs.
Dude, hey Jim, let me tell you something. You are going to love it. It really has a vibe of like Americana, of like people kicking back. Like, it's so awesome. I will say, just to give you a heads up, I got attacked by bugs one time, and they kept flying in my mouth, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who knew this was something I need to prepare for?
Hey, Tulsa, why did they shoot that movie in Tulsa? Do you have any idea? That's all I want to think of is The Outsiders.
I think they wanted it to look authentic, so they used a house that's still standing that one of the dudes from House of Pain owns. And all the locations are in Tulsa. It's like we went to all the locations and to a Sonic's and I fucking murdered food. I'm getting so fat, it's ridiculous. Anyway. But it was awesome. I'm telling you, man. And by the way, open invite. I'm going to be doing a run up and down the East Coast. If you want to hop on and try one and see if you like it, more than welcome to. Open invite to all you guys. 100%.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'll go. Definitely.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Now,
what are you doing? I'll tell you. You want to know the downsides? This is as a comic, you can't help but be honest.
Yeah,
it is not super cost effective. It is not a big windfall in cash. I will tell you that. Like, you've got to pay. You're ultimately traveling with 3 tour buses, putting on a rock show in a field every night. So you got to build the stage. You've got to hire the whole crew to set everything up, to build everything. You got to hire the crew to shoot everything and do audio.
Oh,
and this is me being over. Like, every time I saw like a big group of police officers come in to run control, I'd be like, I'm paying for those. Like, fuck, I could rather not have the police officers. So if you sell out everything, you make some money, but I can see how it's not cost effective for everyone.
How many people would you have at a drive-in show?
They just released an article in Polestar today about it, but like you don't count people, you count cars. And so I think the most we did was like 1,300 cars.
Oh, wow.
Over a night, over 2 shows. And it's weird because they'll open up another movie theater. So they're like twin cinemas. So there's like 2 screens like facing each other, and then they put cars facing those screens. And so they'll open up another thing. If they sell the first show out, they'll just add another 400 cars and put up on another screen, and people love it. And then the best part is this, and this is my favorite part. I get a cocktail and I get on the back of a golf cart, and while everyone's exiting for traffic, I do a meet and greet, just driving by and stopping and saying hi.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No handshaking, no touching, right?
No handshake. I took Miss Pat with me, and everyone's yelling out catchphrases for my podcast, like "bird fucks dogs," "you smell like shit." She's like, "What the fuck?"
Speaking of your podcast, like, I'm sure that now like this is the thing that everybody's asking you about because the clip went viral of Segura reacting to it. But dude, I cannot believe you drink as much Kool-Aid as you claim to drink. Like, dude, Jim, I don't know.
Now,
I don't know if you saw it, but there's this clip from the podcast that Segura and Bert do that Bert had this like jug with him, and I swear to God, I thought it was water too. And he poured it out, and it just organically, like Segura found out that it's this gallon jug that Bert takes with him everywhere, and it's Kool-Aid. Like he's walking around drinking Kool-Aid everywhere that he goes, and like Segura can't believe, like he's crying, laughing. He can't even speak because why would a grown man be drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid every day? It's the most irresponsible
good.
thing.
It's so good.
I mean, it's
there
a
sugar in
crazy
it?
thing to do.
No, it's Diet Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay. That's better.
I didn't even know they made it anymore. Kool-Aid.
I know.
The beauty is the way that like the way that like Norton's like piss stuff, like he doesn't bring it up because it's so normal to him that he thinks it would be boring for other people. Like Bert never thought to tell the world, hey, I drink a gallon of Kool-Aid every day, because it's just what you drink. Like you didn't even think it was an interesting tidbit.
Yeah, I didn't find it. I told Tom, I said, it's interesting when someone points out something that you think is totally normal, and then they point it out, and you're like, oh, I guess that is weird. But yeah, they're packets. They're like 10-calorie things of packets of Kool-Aid, and I go through a few of them a day. But it's like, but I like drink. I want to stay hydrated, but I don't like water. So why wouldn't I just put Kool-Aid in it, dude? I mean, like they're awesome. They're legit awesome.
I haven't had a Kool-Aid in years. Fucking like 10 years since I had Kool-Aid.
You pick up right where you left off. You're like, oh, I forgot how great this is.
I remember drinking the red Kool-Aid.
Yeah, those are what I drink. That's the one I drink.
Yeah.
But you don't have any of that like adult guilt where you see everybody around you is drinking water and you're like, I know I don't like it, but I should really train myself to just drink water.
No, I feel like Christians do when they go, I can't believe you haven't given your life to God yet. Like, what? What are you waiting for?
Like, clearly Kool-Aid is the choice here.
Why wouldn't it be the choice? Why would you choose not to add flavor into 32 ounces of a like, why would you not?
Is that cherry you're drinking?
This is red Kool-Aid. Yeah, I don't call them. Jim, it's interesting that Florentine called it red Kool-Aid because that's what I called it, and everyone's like, "Bert, it's not red. It's tropical flavor." And I go, "No, it's red Kool-Aid." They got
red. And there's blue. There's blue Kool-Aid.
Blue Kool-Aid's fucking awesome. Blue Kool-Aid is awesome. I'll tell you, man. Those little packets. I went through so many when the pandemic started that I forced my wife in fucking 100% lockdown to go to Smart and Final or the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and get more packets of Kool-Aid because I was like, I'm not leaving the house and I can't get through without Kool-Aid.
How come you wouldn't leave? Are you afraid of getting something? Are you more paranoid than she is?
I'm strict as fuck about this. I'm really strict because I think I'm really realizing I have OCD. But like, as soon as I get out and I'm around people, I then spend the next 24 hours thinking I pretty much got coronavirus. That's the only reason we did this tour, because people were getting shit for doing stand-up during the pandemic.
Right.
And I was like, I was so strict on this tour. I was like, zero contact for everyone. We live in a tour bus. We don't go anywhere without all of us going. We are masked up. We have sanitizer with us. Do not touch anyone. No one comes in the green room. Enter through the back. I mean, that's why this tour I'm just doing drive-ins, because those clubs, man, were a little unmanageable.
Yeah.
You did clubs?
I did clubs, and man,
I didn't know that.
I went into one club. I won't say the name. They know who they are. But I was like, hey, we're talking 1997 shit. I was like, do a fucking head count. There's no way this is half capacity. Fucking Jesus comes back, does his head count on his clicker, and he's like, bro, this is not fucking cool. I mean, it was so many people that I had them put fans on the stage to blow the virus that way. Like, but it's a weird place because they're following the rules. The state at that time had opened up the state and said you can do full capacity. They took everyone's temperature. No one had a temperature. I didn't get sick. No one on my team got sick. I haven't heard anyone get sick. So you're following the rules. It doesn't feel totally safe. So you're kind of like, I don't know what the fuck, but it's out of your control. Here's the thing is like, if anyone's going to do clubs, I will just say from my experience, You go into the club earlier that day and set it up like you're comfortable. Literally have them remove seats, remove tables if you want them to. Because I did that where I just went in and I was like, pull all the tables out that are on the pathway to the stage, because I got off the stage somewhere and I've been so good. Zero contact. I mean, and this dude just jumps on me, gives me a hug, and then fucking Corona rapes me in my face. He's like, I fucking love you, bro. And I'm like, if he did that to me, you know he's doing that to everyone.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm sure, Bert, that you have OCD, because everything about you is OCD. Like, you can't have a glass of Kool-Aid and go, oh, that's good. It's got to be like, oh, I enjoy this. I should drink a gallon every single day. You can't go on a jog. You're like, you know what I should do? I did one jog. Definitely a marathon. You can't, like, everything is, I should do this to the absolute extreme. Like, you can't go like, I should enjoy a cocktail. Like, maybe if I bring a beer on stage with me, you go, oh, I should do 13 shots with everyone in the audience at the same time. Like, it's everything to the extreme.
I have a problem with moderation. But let's not forget that I also have the same thing that Florentine's got, because we ran that half marathon together, willy-nilly.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, he set the record for men 45 to 50.
Yeah. Because I cheated. I made it halfway and I cheated. I just walked to the finish line, like maybe 300 yards, and I just joined them at 300 yards. So I was like the number 2 in my 45 to 50 category to finish.
Did you feel guilty?
No, not at all.
He's half telling the story, by the way. He didn't just give up and go walk the rest of the way. He got halfway and he's like, I got to take a shit. So he goes into a Holiday Inn Express, takes his shit, sits down, has breakfast.
Free breakfast.
He had their fucking breakfast. And then gets up and goes, well, they'll be done by now. I'll meet them at the finish. Gets back into the race, crosses the finish line, and the chip registers number 2 in men 45 to 50.
Well, how did you get ahead of them like that?
Because I just took the shortcut. I knew where the finish line was through town. Like, I didn't go all the way around the building, all the way around. So I knew exactly where it was. So I just walked right there. I was like 300 yards away. So I'm just going to join them. I was waiting to see. They were giving out awards. We are hoping I was going to get an award. Remember, Bert, at the end? Like, if I win this award, I'm going to walk up there. Thank you. Thank you.
You would have accepted it?
Seen the look on his face. We're drinking beers after running a half marathon. Jim ran 6 miles. And he hears his name. And it was like he really ran the race. He goes, I think I placed. And I was like, what? He goes, he called my name. I think I'm getting an award. I go, Jim, you didn't do it. He goes, doesn't matter. I think I fucking placed.
That's amazing. Well, guys, we do have to say goodbye because we've got a rotating schedule that we're keeping here for Jimmy Day. But I know all of us really appreciate you both.
Jim, happy birthday, man.
Zooming
Thank you, buddy, very
guys.
much.
Jim, happy birthday. You guys are the best. I love you guys.
Thank you, Bert. Yeah, I love you too, man. Thank you guys so much. You're great friends.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You guys are great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
See you
Appreciate
soon.
it. Bert Kreischer, Jim Florentine. There it is. Shirt's coming off. Shirt's coming off for the people.
You look
at
good,
that.
Bert.
Arms,
You look pretty
good
fucking
biceps.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bert looks good.
I'm going to start drinking Kool-Aid.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
you guys
see
are
ya.
the best.
It's funny.
It's so funny about doing the show this way.
Yeah.
Because I swear there's at least 3 different times that I've sat there and gone like, I could easily just do the whole 3 hours with this group of people. Like,
Sure.
I could have done the first group that we had together. I could have done that the whole show. I could have sat there and hung out with Bert and Florentine for the entire time, but
Ricky
we're
is
just trying to-
the easiest guy
I mean,
to talk
Ricky,
to.
I could have done, yeah. Like it's
Sharon
it's
and
stuff
Ozzy,
where
I could do 6 hours with.
easily. Like it's literally stuff where I'm just like, well, we just have to get the list of stuff done.
Yeah.
Done. And normally on a normal day, you're probably thinking to yourself, I mean, Jim, you might be thinking to yourself. The listeners at home are probably thinking to themselves, I guess this is where they must have released those guests because we're wrapping up the show, but we're not wrapping up the show. We have a little bit more show to do.
Oh, nice. I just pissed again.
Yes, we have I noticed that. I noticed when you put the cup back. I would have drawn attention to it, but I was trying to keep us on schedule, and, and I figure I'm sure we're not done pissing in cups.
No.
Especially since we're doing overtime. That's overtime cups.
All right, we are. Okay, a little longer.
And I believe 100%, by the way, this cup thing is not a Jimmy Day exclusive. This is, as they say, pissing in cups is the new normal for Jim
It's
Norton.
the new normal. I never thought of it until today. I'm like, I got to do it.
We have one more guest that we're waiting on. Okay. But you know what we could do? Travis, do you want to roll the dice and play a video message?
I think we have one more, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do that one more?
We can do one more.
Okay, the last video message, if you remember, Jim, it was Darcy from 90 Day Fiancé.
God damn, was she sexy. I mean, wow, she looked good.
Were you, be honest, was there some blood flow when she started going, I love you, Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy.
I'm like, I get it. Like, yeah, I definitely understand. She's very, very easy to fall into.
Yeah, you would fall for that trap. Isn't that amazing that even knowing as much as we know, we've literally seen the damage that will be done. You know how this is going to end up, but you're like, yeah, no, I'd fall for the trap today.
Sexy, fuck yeah,
yeah. Well, one more video message that we'd like to play for you, Jim Norton, here as we celebrate Jimmy Day. We thought it was only fair that this person get to contribute as well, since Darcy did.
Well, hello there, Jim. Tom Brooks here from 90 Day Fiancé. I hope I find you in good spirits. Your buddies have all got together to single out myself to give you dating advice. Like, seriously, did you not see all my failed relationships live on national television? No, but you are correct. Apparently, you're a big fan of the show, so thank you for that. Thank you for watching. And you see, I do pretty well with the girls. Confidence is key. Just be yourself and let the rest be what it is. Filters on your photos, maybe. I don't know. Once you've got them hooked in, they're hard to get away. But no. Happy 55th birthday. Have an absolutely wonderful time, an absolute pleasure. And please feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to talk to you seriously about relationships. Not that I have one.
So, that's Tom, of course.
He looks
Darcy's
thinner than
ex.
I would have thought. He lost well. He's on a weight loss kick too.
Oh, he's on a weight loss kick. He's on the. I was just on a TV show and I'm trying to pick up some chicks.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. I'm sure he's doing just fine. All right. Do we have our guest here to celebrate on Jimmy Day? To celebrate the birth of Jim Norton. You know, we're trying to get the people who mean everything to him. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Joe Rogan, is here to celebrate Jim Norton as the audio connects.
How you
Joe
doing?
Rogan, welcome to Jimmy Day, Joe Rogan. We wanted to celebrate Jim on the day of his birth, well, close to the day of his birth, and we're happy to have you, man.
Happy to be here. Why is I don't know how to, I never use, this is Chinese spyware. I don't even use it.
Zoom,
we were just talking about how I love that, like, you as a problem solver were like doing your podcast and you're like, you clearly don't like doing Zoom or Skype interviews, but you want to keep doing your podcast. So you're like, look, how much would it cost to just get some fucking COVID tests in here so we could just keep getting people in here so I could talk to human beings like human beings are supposed to talk?
That's the only way to do it. I spend thousands of dollars every week, but it's better. It's just way better. You talk to people; they're right there. I've done a bunch of the Skype ones, and it's definitely better than no podcast at all. But for me personally, I don't think I'm at my best unless the person's in the room.
There's an energy when somebody's next to you. You're going to talk, I'm going to talk. It's a weird energy where you instinctively connect on some. It's easier not to step on each other in person. It's much harder over technology.
Especially, I think in person with headphones on is the best because you hear that person's volume at the same level as your own volume. So it's real obvious if you're talking over them. It sounds awful.
Have you done any? Are you doing any of the? Because I saw the Fight Island fights. It's amazing that he has that up and running, and it's actually going smoothly as expected. Are you going to go there, or are you staying in the States?
No, I'm not going anywhere. Fuck that.
Are you nervous about traveling?
Well, it's just a nightmare. Like, to do Fight Island, those guys have to go through. They have to fly to Vegas, get tested in Vegas. They get the results, then they get on a plane, they get tested when they land, they quarantine for 48 hours, they get tested again. Like, it's crazy. Like, everyone gets quarantined in Abu Dhabi for 48 hours. They're doing the right thing. I mean, if you want to have an event during a pandemic, this is definitely the way to do it. I mean, they're being real smart about it.
But it has to be your number one thing. Like, you can't be doing anything besides UFC right now if you're on
There's
Fight
no
Island.
way. It's very time consuming, and it's awesome. I've been loving the ones that we did. We did 2 of them in Vegas at the Apex Center and 1 of them in Florida. The live ones with no audience are wild. It's really interesting.
Is it weird knowing the fighters can hear you? Because somebody addressed something Bisping said, and I don't remember who it was. Who was it that addressed something that, listen to Bisping, somebody said while they were in the
Max. It might have been Max Holloway.
I don't remember. I thought it was before that, but it might have been. I don't remember.
Could have been. Yeah, it's definitely weird because, usually I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and there's 20,000 people around me and they're all screaming too, and it blends in. But when all you can hear is 2 guys breathing, and every time a guy gets hit, you're going, oh,
yeah.
It's weird.
You get an appreciation for it though, like watching these guys, like listening to them hit each other. Like you never get to hear the punches or the kicks, and you realize without I'm used to it now without a crowd. It's not quite the same, but I mean, I could watch it like this for a long time.
It's it's a little different with when you watch it on television because you're still getting the commentary, but there's something about live with no crowd, especially because I'm doing commentary and I know I'm talking to DC or Dominic Cruz or whoever I'm working with and John Anik, but we're just hearing it like we talk whenever we want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're watching a program. You're hearing the shots. You're feeling the guys getting tired. You see more. I think you hear more. Because it's you are the program, right? You're the one who's talking, so you don't hear any crowd. You just see the people fighting, and you hear the people fighting. It's very intense. I think it may be even more intense. There's something great about like a Conor crowd when you got 22,000 people. But one of the things that I keep getting out of this when I do these live ones with no audience, how lucky I feel that I get to be there. Because there's only like a small handful of people that get to be there live. I feel very lucky when I do that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping that like when WWE started doing that stuff, I was hoping they would call me to do something at their closed set because I wanted to see what it was like live. But they're having me do everything out of like their TV studio in Stanford, so I haven't seen anything like it.
That's kind of a bummer. It'd probably be pretty wild to see live, to be right there in the room.
Are you amazed with how poorly the country is handling everything? Like we literally, dude, I thought
how bad we did. We did so bad. We did worse than any other country.
Oh, terrible.
Do you know that Florida is number 4 in the world? If Florida was a country, it would be the 4th largest cases of COVID in the world.
Did they pass New York? I know New York was
They
bad.
passed everybody.
Wow.
Florida's 4th in the world. But there's some controversy to that. There was some online article that I was reading today that was showing that there was some counties or some testing areas that were showing 100% testing positive.
Right.
Like, that's not even possible. Like that doesn't make any statistical sense. So they think there might be some shenanigans. And because it's Florida, you're like, oh, probably.
That makes sense. Yeah, something's not being reported right.
It's such a fun state.
It would be the type of state.
They said they're
like,
not reporting the negatives, they're only reporting the positives or something. There was something that gave them like a high 100% positivity rate.
Do you know Billy Corbin? Do you know who he is?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Documentary maker, yeah.
Yeah. He's a great follow on Instagram because he's a rare thing, a really smart guy who's like really on the ball, who lives in Florida and actually loves Florida. So Billy's Instagram, a lot of it is dedicated to the shenanigans going on in Florida and his, bemused and angry responses to it. Because God damn, what a crazy state.
The whole country is handling everything poorly. It's everything is being handled poorly. Like I never thought we could collapse on such a level so completely.
Well, we're also like turning on each other in record numbers because everyone's so upset. Everything is magnified. The way I've been describing it, it's like the country is in the middle of road rage. Because like when you're driving and you're going down the road, one of the things that I learned from a psychologist, the reason why people get into road rage is not just that they're protected in their car, but when you're driving, you know that everything's happening in split seconds. So your senses are heightened. So someone tries to cut in front of you and you're immediately like, what the fuck? You're already ramped up. Whereas if that was walking, there's no consequence to someone walking in front of you, so it doesn't even register. You're like, oh, that guy just walked in front of me. You're not worried you're going to smash into him and die, right? But when you're in the car, you are. Everything today is so like, oh my God, am I going to die of COVID? Oh my God, are we going to run out of food? Oh my God, is the economy going to collapse? Are we going to have more looting? We're going to have more riots. So everything is so tense. So everybody's like, fuck you. Every response on Twitter, on every like people arguing with good friends about shit they barely even care about. But it's because they're so ramped up because of the total unrest. Like the whole country feels like it's falling apart. In every place, racially, economically, health-wise. It's like, what? The fucking government itself, the people running the country, all of it is so crazy. None of it feels stable.
I want Facebook friends.
Shows you how important it is to have a leader, like some sort of a president that you listen to them and you go, oh, I feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Obama could do that. He was that guy.
Yes.
He was a statesman. He would talk smooth and clean. You're like, whew, people smarter than me, they got it. But you hear Trump, you're like, oh my God, we're going to fucking die. He's selling beans. He's got fucking cans of beans and big smiles. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah, sometimes you want a bit of a calming effect. Like, Trump's the type of guy you'd be in the car with and go, this is fucked up. And he'd be like, tell me about it. It's fucking worse than I thought. He wouldn't comfort you. He wouldn't make you feel comforted. Once in a while, you want to just kind of relax and go, all right, they're making me feel
he's
better.
Too much in his own shit too. He's too much in his own thing about the media, keeps lying about him, and he wants to win the election. It's weird, man. It's weird. It's real weird. I think he's attacking Bubba Jenkins. The NASCAR driver.
Oh, Bubba, yes.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. Yeah, Bubba Wallace.
I don't know, but it sounds like it should go after Bubba. Bubba Jenkins.
Sorry, I don't follow NASCAR, but Bubba Wallace.
We've been calling him Bubba we called him Bubba Watson like for a whole show, one show, not realizing that's a different Bubba too.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace.
You know that number? There's like there's a number of people that you can keep inside your head. It's like 150, and after that you're fucked. Like you can't remember. You know that? There's actually an actual number. But anyway, Bubba Wallace, like he's attacking that guy on Twitter. Like, bro, aren't you busy? You're talking about a NASCAR driver.
And it's also like that whole story is so great because there's nothing for anyone to get mad at in that story. Like it's just good news. Like we thought something racist happened. We reacted in a nice way. Nothing racist actually happened. So as it turns out, people were just good. And instead it's like, yeah, it's another leftist Marxist hoax. And you're like, wait. I don't think it's a hoax. It was just a misunderstanding.
Well, whatever it was, there was definitely a lot of overreacting,
Yeah.
The overreacting on both sides. Because, like, I had friends that were telling me that actually they were like, there's actually like a loop like that in every single stall. And then I was like, oh, and they go, and yeah, it didn't even loop like a noose. I was like, oh, but then I saw a picture of it. I'm like, hey, that's a fucking noose.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real loop. Like, it's got all the loops. It's not just, like, if it's just a loop, you could say, oh, they needed a handle to pull the garage door down. But this has got all the loops.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. And it's fun to watch that no matter what happens. Here's the great part of this. No matter what happens, you know that we're going to handle it poorly. Like, no matter what comes up, it's going to be handled with extremism and craziness. Everyone is losing their minds. I never thought I would see the entire country
collapse. It's crazy that nooses are absolutely connected to racism, too, because they are. I mean, I'm not saying they're not, but, look, Clint Eastwood movies all throughout history, people have been hanging people forever, like all kinds of people. But like in 2020, it's one of those symbols. It's like I could leave fried chicken in your room and there would be no offense. It's like, oh, looks good. Oh, it's delicious. No problems. But if you left fried chicken in an African American's room, even if it's the same exact chicken, delicious. You're fucking racist.
Yeah, it seems like you're saying something. Like you're making a statement, whether or not you're making it. It seems like you're making some kind of a racist statement, right?
And it's a crazy one too because it's delicious. Like that is one of the weirdest. That's one of the weirdest racist things because chickens used to be hard. It used to be hard to get chicken. That was like one of the I think it was Roosevelt. One of his campaign slogan claims or his promises is a chicken in every pot because chicken was expensive. Right. It was hard to get chicken.
I
don't
saw
know,
on
it's
Twitter
weird.
that
Weird when good things are racist.
Well, good
They were
things are
doing that
linked with
cake-
shitty behavior. Yeah.
they
Yeah,
were doing
yeah.
the cake cutting. You've seen the cake cutting challenge thing on Twitter, maybe not, like where they're taking objects that you wouldn't think are cake, and then you cut it, and it turns out it's cake. It's like the stupidest thing in the world, but that's what's happening. So the Celtics put out a thing where it was like this. It looked like a basketball, but they cut it, and it was actually a watermelon. And the Celtics point was just like, oh, you thought it was cake, but it's watermelon. And they posted it, and you start reading the replies on it, going like, really? You thought this was a good idea?
Oh my God. That is so ridiculous. Who the
You
fuck
step in
works
shit.
in the PR
Sometimes you
office?
step in shit. Yeah, you just you don't mean to. You step in shit. You're like, that wasn't what I meant.
Like, should have been a cantaloupe, stupid.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Sometimes you're like, how do you not know that's going to be a problem? Like once in a while,
I know,
I think,
but it's another one that's so strange because watermelon is fucking awesome. It's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how these things
There's
start.
not anything like that with other races, I don't think. Like for Italians, like for my people, you can't, you know what, pizza or spaghetti, no one gets mad. Like it doesn't like what nationality other than that, like other than African Americans, what nationality has that where there's a food that's racist?
Right. Or an implication of like, wait, and when does it become that way where it's like frowned on? Is there one time where like people are like, oh, that's okay, you can joke about it, and then all of a sudden it happens and you're like, whoa, that's fucked up. That's a racist thing that you're saying. Like, is there a point where it happens or is it always that way? I don't know. I mean, it's
But
long before.
it is with some other countries, it's like food that's nasty, right? Like cats, like there'll be stereotypical jokes about Asians eating cats, right?
Right.
But that's just because cats are gross. Like if they were eating awesome, like fried chicken's fucking legitimately great. It's one of the weird racist things.
Yeah, it's
are
one of
you
those
doing-
like. Go ahead, Jim.
I was gonna say, are you doing live gigs too? I saw I was on one of your social media. Where you told us tickets are going on sale. Like when are you finally going back? And have you been on stage at all?
I did one weekend in Houston. I went down. I did the Houston Improv. It was fucking weird, man. It was really fun. And what was interesting is the first show, I was so happy to be there that I thought I was going to be really, really nervous, but I actually just had a good time. And my voice didn't hold up that good. Like my voice is out of shape. But I mean, it held up. Like the shows went well, but on Sunday, I was like, wow, my voice is kind of hoarse. But it was so fun to be back. But I felt like I was getting away with something. Right. I felt like it didn't feel like just a show. It felt like a show. Like you had to wash your hands and get out of there and hope you didn't breathe anything in and take a lot of vitamins. Like I was buying boxes or these big bottles rather of vitamin D gummies and vitamin C gummies. And I was just eating vitamin D and vitamin C all day, washing my hands. It's just like, what am I doing? What if I get it? I feel so stupid. And then that same weekend, Callan and Schaub both got it when they were in San Antonio, which was only a couple hours from where I was in Houston.
Yeah,
So
I guess they were on the road together, right?
Yeah, those knuckleheads, though, you know, they had to walk through the crowd and they said hi to people and, you know, they interacted with a lot of folks and they came back with it. And I was like, okay, I see. Well, I was right. You can just get it like that, even in a place where the health department says you could do a show. Everyone says it's okay and legal. You can still catch it. This fucking disease is really contagious. It's weird.
Did either of them get really sick, or they both seem fairly healthy? Did either one of them
Schaub
get fucked
was
up over
fine
it?
in 4 days. He's only 37, and he also he took hydroxychloroquine and he took vitamin IV drips, and he did that every day for 5 days in a row, and he was done. What's interesting is hydroxychloroquine is that shit that Trump always talks about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the doctor asked him what his political leanings are. before he told him about hydroxychloroquine. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he fucking asked me where my politics are. I was like, that is crazy. Because people saying no to it.
He didn't want to offend him with a medicine recommendation.
It's so dumb.
Isn't it crazy? But it worked. And obviously, was he sick at first, or did he just get randomly tested and know that he had something?
Oh, they knew something was up. They knew something was up when they got back. They're like, I feel like shit, feel tired. You know, I think Callan was coughing. I don't think Schaub ever coughed, but Schaub lost his sense of smell and taste.
But Brian didn't get totally fucked up over it.
No, Brian didn't totally get fucked up, but he was nervous, man. He was hurting for a good solid 10 days. And it wasn't getting better until it finally started getting better. But Brian is a strange guy. He's really fucking smart. And he's also really resistant to supplements for some reason. I don't understand why. But he doesn't like to take vitamins. And I was like, dude, they're really effective. Like, there's a reason why they make them. You know, it's not a multi-billion-dollar industry because everyone else is stupid and you're dumb. Like, but people get this thing in their head that vitamins don't do anything for you. They do a lot for you. In particular, vitamin D when it comes to this disease. Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who was on my show, pointed to some studies that showed that when the people that were in the ICU with COVID, more than 80% of them, in some cases, had insufficient levels of vitamin D. Only 4% had sufficient. 4%
really?
Of all the people in the ICU. Yeah. And that's across the board, test after test. What they're showing is the countries where the people have the highest levels of vitamin D do better with this disease, have less fatalities with this disease. And I think it's indicative of a healthy body. It's not just the vitamin D itself protects you, but if your levels of vitamin D are good, probably that means you supplement, and it probably means you take care of your body. Maybe you're active and all your vitamins are in order. So it's like a healthy user bias thing, but they think there's something real to it being very, very beneficial when you have this disease or to keep you from getting it.
You know, it's funny because one of the things I have is a vitamin D deficiency. I'm fairly healthy, but I never take vitamins. But they hurt my stomach sometimes. Now you're making me want to start taking them.
You got to take it. You have to take it's because it's the way Dr. Rhonda Patrick described it. She goes, it's not really a drug. It's not really a vitamin, rather. It's a hormone. And we call it a vitamin, but really is a hormone, and it regulates a lot of things in the body. And because of the fact that we're rarely outside, and when we rarely get enough sunlight, we're all vitamin D deficient, and it's just terrible for your health. The entire United States is vitamin D deficient, like most people. Like if you have 10 people in a room, 7 people are going to have insufficient levels of vitamin D. And it's really terrible. I mean, it's probably responsible for a host of problems, but it's obviously only one thing you should take. You should definitely take vitamin C. It's just proven good for you, particularly when you're sick. You know, like those Emergency, I think they had to pay money because Emergency was saying that it did something that they couldn't prove. You know, when you pour that vitamin C powder in water, you know that shit.
But I don't like that stuff. I like the coldies. I like zinc and coldies I'll take, and vitamin C. But the other shit I never touch. And now they're like, I don't know why I don't. There's no reason.
This is another one. It's got zinc in it. I mean, that's what's doing all the good. You need zinc. Zinc is important. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, like, everybody would do well if they could go somewhere and get their blood tested and see where their vitamin levels are at and find out and make adjustments. And, just take some multivitamins, take some athletic greens, take some stuff that balances you out. Like, you can do that and you'll feel better. You'll feel healthier. It really has a big impact. But for whatever reason, like Callan's one of those guys. It's like, you just eat healthy. You can eat healthy and take vitamins. It doesn't hurt you. But taking vitamins, it's fish oil, so huge, man. All that shit's huge.
How psyched are you? Because I think of you a lot when these stories break, that all this UFO stuff, which you've been pretty involved in, and you got the big interviews with those pilots. You talked to those guys. Who with the San Diego incident? Is that where it was on the Nimitz or something?
Commander Fravor. Yeah. I actually talked to Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp yesterday, and it goes up today. It's probably out right now. And that's a pretty heavy podcast. George Knapp is a journalist who broke the Bob Lazar story in 1989. He's a legit investigative journalist for Las Vegas. He catches the mob and bad guys and scam artists and stuff. Like, he's a legit journalist. And has been his whole career, and was real hesitant to take on that story because it seemed so bonkers. In 1989, Bob Lazar saying he's working on back engineering UFOs, and they work on this element that's only theoretical, and this element allows them to bend gravity and fucking shoot from point to point almost instantaneously. Everybody's like, you're crazy. But then as time has gone on and these videos have come out that have shown these crafts and shown them with that Tic Tac craft that was off of San Diego that was blocking their tracking devices, and then went from 60,000 feet to 0 feet above sea level in less than a second. They have no idea what the fuck it is. They have no idea what it's doing. And the guys down there in San Diego who are in the military were saying, we're seeing them all the time. We see them every couple weeks. They don't know what they are. They think they're docking with something under the water sometimes. These are rock solid soldiers. I mean, these are Air Force pilots. These are like the cream of the crop of American military. They're not bullshit artists. Like if you meet Commander Fravor, that guy is, there's nothing about that guy at all that's a bullshit artist. That guy is a rock solid military man. And when he tells you he's flying a fighter pilot and there's something that does things in the sky that he can't explain, and no one knows how they do it. No one understands it. There's no visible method of propulsion. And this thing goes from 60,000 feet down to 1 in a second. And that's just how fast the radar registers it. So they don't even really know how fast it was moving. It might have been instant.
Now, let me ask you, can they get this? Is what, do they have any other video of that stuff that's not released? There's got to be something. They track. If they have that video, they have to have other stuff that either the military isn't releasing.
Good question. The fact that they're releasing any of these videos is kind of crazy because they're releasing these things and you can hear the pilots, their voiceovers going, holy shit, what is that? What the fuck is that? Like these guys are freaking out. You could hear in their voice, they're not actors. They're fighter pilots, experienced military pilots that are seeing things move in a way that defies all of our understanding of propulsion systems. And they're like, what the fuck is that?
You can't write those guys off. Those guys can't be written off or dismissed because they understand propulsion, they understand lift, and when they have no idea what they're looking at, those guys I find very convincing. I don't believe a lot of UFO stuff, but those guys I can't not believe.
I would bet the house on Commander Fravor. I bet the house on that guy. The guy who was on my podcast, I bet the house that what he is saying is 100% true. What he is saying, he saw. He's not making any of it up.
Do you think they know? Because I know Snowden you asked, and it was so interesting that he hadn't found any evidence, which could just mean that any evidence they have is kind of like on a circular a system that isn't accessible from the outside. But do you think there are things that they know that they're not saying, or do you think that we pretty much know what they know at this point?
That's a good question, man. I wish I knew. I wish it made sense. It just doesn't make sense. It seems like I bet the government knows almost as little as we do. That's what I bet. I bet I bet it's very compartmentalized, and I bet in some very high level meetings this is discussed. And I bet if you're below a certain pay grade, you never hear it. And I bet there's a need to know basis in terms of what they've found out, what's possible, what's bullshit, what are they putting out just to send smoke signals so Russia thinks we have. I mean, I'm sure there's games and propaganda. Things get manipulated in terms of military might, and but I think there's clearly some indication that something's going on that they don't understand. And if this thing is from another planet, it's probably better than if this thing is from Russia or China. Like if Russia or China can do something that we can't explain like that, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's the worry. This is what George Knapp said on the podcast yesterday. He's like, the worry is that this technology is something that we can crack, and whoever cracks it first is going to have incredible superiority over the rest of the world. I mean, obviously we all have nuclear bombs. We could blow each other up, period. But one of the things that they were talking about, George Knapp, was that these things have shown up around military facilities and lit up launch codes on intercontinental ballistic missiles and then shut them down and disappeared. Like they've started launch codes where these people are freaking out. These people in the base like, holy fuck, we're going to start World War III. And then they take off. Like this has happened apparently in more than one occasion. And they think it's happening in Russia too. I think they occasionally just show up and they want to see like what we do. Like, what are we doing? And the thing is, there's a big uptick of these right after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So throughout human history, there's been UFO sightings, but a lot of the UFO sightings came after the late 40s, after the bombs were dropped and after all those experiments in the desert, Nevada. I mean, they blew up a lot of fucking nuclear bombs. I don't know if you've ever seen those test videos where you could see the map of the country and it shows you the year, and every year there's more and more nuclear bombs go off. Like, woo, there's a lot. They blew up a lot. And that's when the UFO sightings started really amplifying.
Which means that they may see. I always thought, like, well, maybe we're thinking we see things because our technology gets better. So, does science influence what we're really seeing, or are we really influencing what we think we're? But then it's like that makes sense. Maybe there was something to do with it. If they're legitimately UFOs, maybe it did have something to do with the fact that there was nuclear testing. That they either put us more on their radar, or they want to know exactly what it is.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, man? But it's fun. It's a fun subject.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Yeah,
one
it
to
really
freak
is.
out on. Like, ah!
Who do you want to get that you haven't been able to get? Is there anybody before you go that you want from that world that's been difficult to get?
No, not really. No, Dr. Rick Strassman, he's the researcher that wrote DMT, the spirit molecule. If anybody's talking to aliens, that guy's talking to aliens, like legitimately talking to aliens. He's putting people on IV drips for these FDA-approved studies. And they were, sending these people into other dimensions. I'd get him on for sure, but I wanted to do it in person. But he lives in New Mexico, so we're probably going to wind up doing it on Skype. But I've been real lucky to do this, man. I feel real fortunate, and I enjoy it. But I enjoy talking to you as much as I enjoy talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, as much as I enjoy talking to Mike Tyson. Like, I love doing it, man. It's fun. It's fun. I love that it's entertaining to people, that they enjoy it. And I feel like I'm getting a accelerated life education talking to all these interesting people.
Well, man, we really appreciate you making the time for us. You don't do a lot of these, so especially
Thanks,
over Skype and everything. We appreciate it a lot, man.
I love you guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Awesome. Always good to hear from you, Joe.
Yeah, I miss you too, man. I'll see you when I'm in LA.
Yeah, for sure. If we're allowed to be around each other anymore. What do you guys think is happening in New York? I heard that clubs are starting to open up. Is that real?
I haven't seen any comedy clubs, but I mean, they're starting to. But Cuomo just said now that restaurants, they have a 3-strike law. Like, you're not allowed to get liquor without food. And if they don't, 3 different times they disobey the recommended, distance or whatever, they're going to get closed down. So I think Cuomo doesn't fuck around. So he's actually done a pretty good job. And I check New York's numbers every day, and they're low. Like, they've stayed consistently low, even after the riots.
California's through the roof, dude. There's a testing facility like a few miles from here. And every time I drive by it, I'm like, holy shit, there's just this huge line all the way around the block and onto the next block. And this big parking lot where there's hazmat people are shoving swabs up people's noses. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
It feels like a movie.
Yeah, I don't know why California's taking such a beating and New York is doing okay. I have no idea why. What happened that just put their numbers through the roof and New York is okay?
It's a good question. I think maybe some of it has to do with the fact that a lot of people left New York. Like, New York, one of the things that happened was the people that, like, way more people go to New York to work than live in New York, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once work shut down, New York was basically a quarter full, right? Is that an accurate assessment?
New York has Midtown, that's more accurate, but the outskirts of New York, Upper West Side, Upper East Side, Lower East Side, Soho, like, they have a big live population, whereas that's pretty much true for, I would say, Midtown. For Midtown, that's true, but for the rest of the city, it's pretty popular.
Maybe because New York had so many deaths, maybe people really got scared. Whereas California, that was one of the big things, like, oh, we've only had 2,000 deaths in the whole state. There's 40 million people. People might have got cocky.
Right.
People took it super seriously in New York. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also the bars, because all that loud drunk talk, where you're talking at each other and you're drinking and your immune system's down because you're drinking and you're around people you don't even think. You're not doing any social distancing if you're hammered. So you're getting together, and bars probably spread it like crazy.
Yep. Yeah. I think so. And I also think the colors in the office buildings in New York helped too, because the main place it was getting, I'm sure, was Midtown.
Yeah.
And 80-story buildings.
Yeah. If you have to work hard together, that's another thing. People that work hard in like construction, anytime like you're exerting yourself, you're breathing out a lot. And I would imagine if tight spaces with a lot of people that are doing, and like especially like essential jobs, because they kind of have to go to work. The job's there, and in this economy, man, if your job is there, you got to show up. Yeah. And if some people start spreading it. It goes like wildfire. Like you see those meat packing plants, it goes through wildfire through those people.
Yeah, once in a while they'll close it down. They'll get a complaint, and then it's 75% of the workforce is sick, so they'll just shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, someone, I forget who it was. It might have been my producer, Jamie, had a really good point about they keep saying that like there was one meatpacking plant where it was asymptomatic. Everyone was asymptomatic. There was like a giant number of people had it, but they were all asymptomatic. And he was like, you know what? Maybe they weren't. Maybe they just said they were asymptomatic because they didn't want to get fired. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a good point.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age, you're looking at an entry-level job, like working at a meatpacking plant. Like a lot of people can take that job as far as being qualified. Maybe they were worried about keeping their job, so they didn't tell the truth about that. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, nobody will say, "Oh, I was coughing," because then they're like, "You're out," right?
Yeah, it's just weird, man. We've never gone through anything like this. It's like all of our modeling of what life is like, of what society is like, of what our day is like, is all different now. And I forget all the time, man. I'm driving in my car all the time, and I'll see someone with a mask on, and I'll just go, "Oh yeah,
that's
we're
right.
in a pandemic."
That's what we do now. That's what we do.
Yep.
Well, Joe, thank you again, man.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Next time, I hope we do it in person.
Yeah, I would love
sure.
that.
We'll talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon and see you in LA.
Sounds good. Take care. Bye.
See you later, man.
Bye, Joe.
See you later. Soon. I would tell you to stick around. You could listen to more of it, but I'm sure we used all of our allotted time.
We're over.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Excellent. It's good to be over.
Bye.
See you later. Happy birthday, Jim.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. To download today's show or listen on demand anytime, get the SiriusXM app or go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Follow Jim Norton and Sam Roberts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube @Jim and Sam Show. Listen every morning, live starting at 7 a.m. Eastern. See you then.
Oops, I think our time is up. Bye-bye.
They debuted with an instant classic and continued to evolve. Dive in to Coldplay Radio and explore 2 decades of mega hits and magic moments.
How long before I get in?
Along with commentary from the band.
I think of us as one big family.
Coldplay Radio. Listen now for a limited time on the SiriusXM app, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, or however you stream in the house.
It's a new season. And at Sport Clips Haircuts, all of our stylists are clean certified and guy smart. So come in and get yourself back in the game and ask for your free upgrade to our legendary MVP experience. It's a mancation with our hot steam towel, relaxing shampoo, and a winning cut. Check in online and walk out with confidence. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy. With haircut purchase, ask your stylist for free upgrade. Ends 8/2/20. Terms at sportclips.com/thank you.
And you'll be stepping out like a pro.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping, always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter this station's exclusive code at checkout, DOLL, and get, you know the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's DOLL, DOLL, DOLL.
The following is a public notice for people suffering with fibromyalgia symptoms. Researchers from the University of Illinois College of Medicine have developed the first definitive blood test for the biomarkers of fibromyalgia. Those who test positive can volunteer for a new study to determine if fibromyalgia sufferers have a reduced risk for developing the